get into your physical. It's time to talk some piss and more. We gonna talk about it all. DVD, CD, UHD, VHS, books, Blu-ray. Who knows, maybe you'll even see a laser disc today. Let's get physical. We wanna talk some physical media. Movies and TV, music and more. Come check out what we have in store. This is a media house stream. It's time for some physical media on FanZcene.
I know it was like really popular because it like won some Oscars and whatever, but
Jimmy does that.
It's got the Mighty Ducks guy. Got that guy.
No! Yes, but no! He's not the Mighty Ducks guy! It's Emilio Estevez! Who's the Emilio!
You can never have enough physical media.
That
The
guy
gay
that says
guy-
that is so gay.
The gig got me. I started. It got me.
You can never have enough physical media.
Gay.
Especially George Reeves movies and movies on the beach with men and muscles. Can't have enough of those. Did you see the new He-Man?
No, I didn't. Sorry.
Oh man, I should say more than He-Man. Oh boy, I should say, because he's more of a boy. But that's okay. I can make him a man.
Well, I mean, I know he was in several movies before He-Man where he played a gay character. I think most of his movies before He-Man, he was playing a gay character.
I know.
I mean, like,
This is not coincidence, honey.
I don't know if the man himself, and there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I don't know if the man himself is gay, but nothing wrong with
If
it.
not, I can change him.
But with that being said, what is going on here?
My name is Bruce. Nice to meet you.
That movie needs a Blu-ray, even though it's not a great movie. But anyway, let's add to the chat real quick, and we'll get into the physical media love and stuff like that. But we have Uncle Remus that says, can someone please explain to me how there's a 4K disc of Firehawks from Touchstone Films, and we don't have the Rocker Armageddon on 4K disc? Why? Ask Disney. Even Affleck was like, where's the Blu-ray? Where's the 4K? So ask Disney. I couldn't tell you it. And with some of the stuff going on with Sony and everything, we don't even know what's going on. So.
They should get him to do drunken commentary again and be like, this is the 20th anniversary of me doing drunken commentary. I don't even know why I'm on the Rock commentary, but
that
I'm
would be
here.
Great. That would be great.
I like this movie. It's got Nick Cage in it. Like Nick Cage, got Sean, or not Sean,
yes, it's
Sean, yes.
Yeah.
Sean Connery. Jesus
Sean
Christ.
Connery.
I'm drunk. Leave me alone. God.
Sean Connery. That's when you get
this proves that I don't need Matt Damon to do everything. That would be hilarious.
That would be great. That would be great.
Because he still has one of the best ones ever with Armageddon.
Yeah, it is. And I wish I still want to find that DVD of Armageddon from Criterion. I still need to get a hand.
I have it. It's not too uncommon because they redid
no, it's
it.
not, but yeah.
Because I actually got it through the Disney Club, but I just grabbed it because it was when the shit was real cheap, and I was just assuming it would be their old letterboxed Laserdisc rip. But I stuck it in just to check it out. No, they actually, at some point between then and now, they had redid the DVD to where it's 16:9 and it looks better.
Yeah.
So there is a version out there of the extended cut somewhere floating around in the digital ethos that probably is an HD, which makes you wonder, why haven't we gotten it on Blu-ray yet? But at this point, you're going, yeah, just give us the 4K. Like, this movie deserves a 4K.
Yeah, exactly. But to your point, I would love to see a drunken commentary for The Rock with Ben Affleck and Nicolas Cage together.
That would be something else.
Nick Cage doesn't even need to be drunk. He's just Nick Cage.
You should have been in this movie.
You could have
What would
played
you
my
do
part.
if you played my part?
You could have played the barber that cut Sean Connery's hair.
What if you played Ed Harris's part?
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Or the one red-haired guy's part. He would. But that was with Ed Harris. But
Anyhow.
Hell, Brian Barth, glad to see you as well. Hell to you, Dragonzilla. He said Dragonzilla. Sorry, he said he went and saw Bleach instead of Supergirl. I'm sure you probably had better time. From what
I'm
I've
probably
heard.
the only person on Earth who saw Supergirl.
Yeah. And then we have I said Uncle Remus, but narrated by Maya Hawk. I don't know what he's talking about there, but okay. Sony taking a big L today. Yes, they are. Now the thing with this, I was planning on trying to do videos today, but I have not had time, and I apologize to everybody for not having videos up. Summer's kicking my ass. With this, yes, the gaming world, it's been like this for years now, right? This is the final nail in the coffin for the gaming world. The gamers don't give a crap, plain and simple. Now, does this affect movies? I don't know at the moment, because we don't really know what Sony's plans are. They're still making Blu-rays. They're supposedly still got the Disney deal, even though they haven't released. Have they released anything since Alice in Wonderland? I don't think so. So who knows where that leads? But let this be a lesson why physical media is important, and not to let your favorite things just float away into the digitalness where it can be not yours and it's just a prolonged rental. So be aware of that. That's why we do the physical media here. Ahoy to you, Deeple. Glad to see you out there. Howdy to you, Double Fett.
Well, there was
Go ahead.
an addendum to the Sony thing. I guess they also lost their rights to the Studio Canal library. So if you had any movies that were bought on your PlayStation deal, they lost those. So again, just another example of, like you just said, you don't own this stuff. It's long-term lease. It's a rental, basically.
Mm-hmm.
They need to start letting you know this stuff. In fact, like I said this morning, I got to give credit, even though I've had, it's kind of a wonky system yet still, but it's still better than most, because I've been enjoying Qobuz's lossless audio, basically. Plus they have high resolution audio on there, and they tell you flat out, like, you can have the streaming service as like a streaming service, right? You can just listen to everything they have in the rights to. But they flat out say, if you buy something, download it right away, because we don't know when we're going to lose the rights. And you can go through some of their albums, and they lose the streaming rights just to specific songs all the time.
Yeah.
Now you can buy the album and get all those songs, but unless you buy it, you ain't going to get those songs, or you can't listen to them. So like you have that shit already, and but they're transparent with that, right? Like, so at least they're open and honest about that, and I like that. But with movies, there's no place like that, as far as I know.
No, there's not. I mean,
when you still download them, they're still in their proprietary form that you have to use the app to watch them with. So
yeah.
You could do that with this Qobuz app too if you're a subscriber. But I mean, the other side of it too is you can actually buy the albums and have access to the high definition audio files to them, and do whatever you please. You can downgrade them to MP3s or whatever you want, and you can just have them on file, as normal size and all that kind of business. It's nice, and I wish I had that option for movies, but
I think iTunes, Apple did that sort of back in the early beginning.
I was gonna say, I guess people used to tell me Apple, but then when I checked into it, it's like, no, whenever I tried to download anything, it was just their proprietary thing. So
it's weird, but yes, let this be a lesson. So like, if you guys want to save movies and keep buying DVDs and Blu-rays and 4Ks and all that, and I know people complain about this, but I made a post earlier today, and it's kind of blowed up. I mean, like the movie Obsession, people are like, "Oh, it's on digital now. I can watch it at home." Well, this is a movie that's had a historic box office run that you haven't seen in years, and it's $24.99 to buy it digitally, even though you will never own it, and you can literally get the Blu-ray, which comes out July 14th. For 22 something, and it comes with a digital copy.
Now,
just wait.
Is this Blu-ray the version that I've been hearing about that they're
No,
going to
that's the one thing is like with the Apple, it is the unrated cut, but with that, it's only like an extra minute or two longer, because all it is the head smashings. I don't want to give it away, but there's a head
I don't
smashing.
care. I don't like that kind of a thing going on, but yeah, I heard a little controversy about that.
Yeah, so that's why I'm a little peeved about that. But in the end, I'd still, at least I can get the Blu-ray.
Well,
so,
and that takes me
I'm
back
buying
to music
4K.
because like I've ran into that a few times where there's some exclusive digital albums where like they'll have a version of them on CD, but then you buy the digital version and there's like 20-30 more tracks or full versions of songs that aren't on the CD, and it's like, wait a minute here, what the fuck?
My guess is I bet they're going to milk this a little bit. It wouldn't surprise me if you get another 4K release a little way down the line.
Probably, or a boutique one or something, yeah.
Yes, because I feel like they will milk this movie because this is Focus Features' most successful
You hear that, Lionsgate?
Film. So I wouldn't. I'll be honest with you, it wouldn't surprise me. So if you get this, and it is what it is. But thank you, Six, for the $5 super chat. She is sick. She was going to join us tonight, but she's not feeling well, and I hope you feel better, Six. And I thank you, for always wanting to join in on us in here and talk when you can.
Hopefully that helps you feel better.
So I was going to say, what could I have? Here you go for hope this makes you feel better.
I can see how tight you were from a mile away.
What can I say? Some girls are just tighter than others.
I don't know. I just picked that.
Well, yeah. That was a choice.
It was a choice. It was a bad choice, but it was a choice.
It was still a choice that was made. Tim, I said happy birthday to you this morning on the morning show. I hope you caught it.
I did not know it was his birthday.
Sorry, I did not say happy birthday. It wasn't me. My bad. It was an individual with dark clothing and a mask.
I did not know it was your birthday, Tim. So a very happy birthday to you, Tim. I appreciate you for always showing up and being a channel member and being in chat. So hell to you and very happy birthday.
Yes.
But yeah, what could I possibly give for his birthday? What should I do? Here you go.
Can you say USA all night?
No, but I can watch you say it all night.
Boobs.
Gilbert Gottfried, you gotta love him. So happy birthday to you. What's up, Corleone Monroe? Good to see you out in the chat. Hell to you, Barry the Music Man. Glad to see you as well. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up here. What is up, Trevor Maurer? Glad to see you from Melbourne, Australia. Welcome. Australia, has had it rough with some physical media because they keep taking it from them. So yeah, PlayStation has killed physical games. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they were pretty much gone.
Xbox is doing the same thing. I heard too. So,
yeah, Xbox is doing that as well.
But I'm not surprised. Xbox tried to kill disc-based everything for years.
Yeah, for years. What's up, Deleted Scene? Did I miss something?
I think he was mimicking my
Oh yeah, with the
he felt the same.
Yeah. Funny thing is, Tom acting gay isn't funny, haha, but funny. Oh, that's just mean.
Well, I have a few different queer voices.
Sound like the one dude. I can't remember the name, but you sounded like him. But hell to you, Jose Morales. Glad to see you out there. Hello to you, John the Beagle Dad. Glad to see you out there. What is up, Danny Hooley? Glad to see you in the chat tonight. And we got another $5 super chat from Null White. It says, "Is the $50 Frankenhooker worth it?"
It depends on what that hooker does, really. I mean,
yes.
You hear what I'm saying?
Yes, I hear what you're saying. I have not bought it yet. I've been meaning to pick it up, but it is done by Synapse, and Synapse does really good work. So I would say it's probably worth it.
I haven't got a chance to yet either. Yeah, you'll notice that as we get into the selections tonight. I only have like one quote-unquote newer release because, I've not been able to afford any new releases. In fact, I was really sad I didn't get Mortal Kombat, but I'm hoping for an Arrow sale soon.
That's right. I haven't got Mortal Kombat yet. I
just can't right now. $51.
Now,
if they had just released and this is why they did that, right? Like I said, if they had just released the first film, fine. I'd have just bought that. I could care less about the second film.
Yeah. They knew this was the only way they were going to buy that.
I know. It's like Teen Wolf 2. It's like, how do we get people to buy this piece of shit? I know how. We just make sure it's with the first movie. That way you have to buy it.
It's true. But thank you, Nell, for it. I would say it's worth it because I have this Synapse Blu-ray, and the Synapse Blu-ray is incredible. So I guarantee that 4K is well worth it. So if you
I
want
think
it,
that's obviously the same Blu-ray. I think I have too. Yeah.
yeah. So if you want to, like I said, I've talked to Don May, the man that runs Snaps. I talked to my Whorehound and whatnot, and he's a really cool guy. And they do really incredible good work. So thank you for the $5, and I would pick it up if I was you. And just for that, you get a little this.
Don't do this, Ben. Please don't go this way.
I just had sex. I'm about to eat nachos! It's the greatest moment of my life!
I love that clip. What's up, Void King? Glad to see you. Yes, the other option is pirates. I know piracy, if digital isn't ownership, piracy shouldn't be stealing. So I prefer physical property.
This is true.
I try not to pirate because I do prefer physical, but if it is the last resort, I'm not opposed to it. So
Let them come and try and take me booty.
yes. Oh, and I can't believe I'm
Holy
getting this
crap.
stuff tonight.
Wow.
And with some dumb guy, $49.99 super chat says, I can't usually catch your show live, Greg. So allow me to wish you a very belated happy birthday, complete with late fees, penalties, fines, tax. Well, thank you so very much, some dumb guy.
Wow.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I am absolutely flabbergasted because I don't get none of this usually, and I'm okay with it, guys. I really am. But this is taking me by surprise. I appreciate you so very much. Thank you, some dumb guy. He's a great guy. He always challenges me in the comments of my videos and stuff, so it's always nice to have somebody who respects you and can challenge you, and maybe not agree with you all the time, but come at it at a good angle. So I do appreciate that in my comments when I get those comments like that. It's better than somebody basically telling me I'm a dork and an idiot and what I'm saying is wrong. At least he goes, but we'll get there. I want to say thank you, and you know what? I'll give you a little Tom action. Do you remember this, Tom? I gotta find the clip.
Depends on how drunk I was.
Let's see if you remember this one.
All right, let's call this and see what it says here. 1-800.
Oh my God, this is old.
555-9856.
Yep.
Watch this be like Vinegar Syndrome's. It's ringing.
Welcome to America's hottest talk line.
Of course.
Hot ladies are waiting to talk to you.
Vinegar Syndrome.
I shouldn't have been surprised. In hindsight.
I know.
In fact, that makes total sense. No.
Right. It makes total sense now. And it was on the back of the Sidekicks 4K.
Yeah, see, like this was early on in my days. Like I didn't really realize how in depth they were into the porn stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like now, like I said, it makes complete sense. Complete sense. Then at the time, I'm just like, whoa, I think that was an accident somebody fucked up and missed. No, I'm thinking it was on purpose.
No, it was on purpose now. Now we know. Hi, Heather Preston. Glad to see you out there in the chat. I think are we all caught up here?
Are we caught up here?
I think we're all caught up here. Oh, Hallifield. What's up, Hallifield? Glad to see you out there in the chat. Let's see. Yeah, we're all caught up. Thank you all in the chat and everything. I appreciate you guys. If I missed anything out there, I'll get to you guys. But what do we got for upcoming releases? I know, speaking of Vinegar Syndrome, I don't know if you saw this. I know a couple of these I can say if you're looking for them. But I know they launched a lot of their new titles right now. They got I'm Going to Get You, Sucker in 4K. They got Body Snatchers, the one that's sort of a sequel to the 70s one.
That weird one, yeah.
With Gabrielle Anwar.
I brought it on before,
Yeah, you brought it on in 4K. I saw something. There was one more that I saw that they had because they announced some of their new titles or for the whatever thing they're doing right now. I don't know. I can't remember what it was. But I know those. But what else do we have? And hail to you, Tyrell72. Live long and prosper. What
Criterion released the specs or whatever for an obnoxiously expensive Kubrick box set.
Mm-hmm.
It's like $500 fucking dollars.
Yeah, it's too much.
No way in hell I'm paying that much. Fuck that. Scream Factory announced Charlie Wilson's War, Shaun the Sheep, Season 7, Aces Go Places Collection, whatever that is. Bullet in the
Mhm.
Head, City on Fire, and Peking Opera Blues. So nothing worth a shit. Warner's is releasing Practical Magic in 4K. No surprise there, considering the
Yeah,
sequel.
so the sequel's coming out.
Yeah, they had to scan the first one, so they could use scenes from the first movie, so you might as well put
Yep.
it out on Blu-ray. United 93 is coming out from Universal. I think that's already got a
Yep.
4K though. Let's see here, what else was there?
I got the Arrow September ones.
Oh yes, and then we got the Sopranos. But go ahead.
Yeah, you got Sopranos 4K, but we did get for the Arrow September. You got Go coming to 4K. That's with Timothy Oliphant, Katie Holmes. That's actually a really good movie. It's a very underrated movie from its time. You got
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, Go's pretty good. Tequila Sunrise is coming to 4K from them, and that's both US, UK, and Canada. Forbidden Planet is coming to 4K, and you're welcome because I just got that over Christmas. And I remember you saying somebody was going to put it out anyways. You got that, and then we also have Desperate Hours is coming to Blu-ray for UK only. A Better Tomorrow trilogy, UK only. Night Falls on Manhattan with Andy Garcia, UK only. Misery on 4K, which is UK, but it's region-free. Hasn't Misery been released like 3 times?
2 or 3 times now,
on 4K by now.
At least once.
Yeah. And then Underworld, Clive Barker's Underworld is coming to 4K on UK, and I think that's already been released by Kino here in the States on 4K. And then Wicked Priest Collection is coming to Blu-ray in US, Canada, whatever. So that's the Arrow September releases.
And of course, we got to look at the He-Man box set. Now, keep in mind, these are AI up converts. They are decent ones, so I can at least attest to that. As far as I know, they're just going to be the same exact ones as the German releases. But the one that's coming out right now is just He-Man. It does not have She-Ra in it, as far as I can tell. It does have the movie, and it does have the special, the Christmas special, but it says it's only 130 episodes. That's not the whole show, if you add in She-Ra, by my calculations. So do keep that in mind, kids. So that means there'll probably be another box set for She-Ra.
More than likely. And then they're releasing the 2000s He-Man's in a steelbook on 4K from
which is also an up convert by the same people, as far as I understand.
Yes.
But yeah.
So that is coming. I think I've seen like one episode of that show, but I know a lot of people like that one. Did you like that one?
Never seen it.
You never seen the 2000s one?
Oh, I thought you meant Night Falls and
no.
Yeah. No, I love that show. I thought that should have been the basis for the movie.
Oh, I was gonna say I think I've seen one episode of that. I haven't seen it any other of it. So
yeah, especially like you take those first 3 to 5 episodes and just make those into a movie, you'd be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
I'm gonna get you, sucker. That's available. I was thinking about getting Body Snatchers because I like that one.
It's interesting,
but yeah, it's an interest. But it's not. I mean, it's not. It's a fun, interesting one.
It's a weird sequel of sorts, but yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about it, but I've like I said, I've treated myself, and now I'm kind of running low, so I got to replenish.
They're here.
They're here. Yeah. I still want the one with what's his name. Speaking of which, it's out of print from Kino. What with
the original?
No, it's not Invasion of the Body Snatchers, but it's similar. It's called Puppet Master.
Oh, Puppet Masters, with Donald Sutherland.
Donald Sutherland, yes, I couldn't remember his name. Yeah. Oh, it has more than that. Body Snatchers has more than boobs in it. It has full frontal. So.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
So what are we doing here?
Yeah. I don't know. What are we doing? Oh, I missed him. Tom Axon. Do I get to take his booty? I missed that one earlier.
Somebody always wants my booty.
Somebody always wants your booty. Abel Ferrer is the director of that Body Snatch. Yeah. Okay. Brian Barth, I know you're asking about this. I think we talked about it. Yeah, it's just a little too expensive. But with that being said, Tom, do you want to go first? I know you got 3. I got 3.
I suppose I could. All right. So like last week we watched Donnie Brasco for Toxic 2 is dead. I didn't know this was right in my face. Oh, yeah, my camera's moved. Oh, it's upside down. Here we go. Here's
There
the
you go.
Mill Creek release of it, and it looks like donkey shit.
Figures.
But this release looks so much better. This is Sony's release of it.
Oh,
This is
when
one of
that
their early releases, no less, but it actually looks like it was scanned in 4K. So I'm kind
Probably
of surprised
was.
we haven't got a 4K release of this yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the extended cut is a little bit longer and a little bit better, I guess, in the long run. I wouldn't say there's a ton of stuff in the extended cut that's different or necessary per se, but just overall the picture quality
Yeah.
alone, because like for those who may not understand what I'm getting at, like I'm pretty sure the version that's on the Mill Creek, the theatrical cut, is like the HD version they had for the DVD release.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a really piss poor. In fact, it might even be 720p up converted to 1080p. It looks that
Right.
bad.
Right.
Now the one that's on the extended cut that Sony released proper, that one looks amazing. Even for a Blu-ray, it looks amazing. So yeah, I can recommend that highly. I can't recommend the Mill Creek one. But what is the movie about? It's based on a true story about Joe Pistone, a man who's undercover as Donnie Brasco. He was one of the first guys to go in major undercover and get close to the head of the mafia. And he does so through Lefty, played by Al Pacino, who's an old working man within the ranks and a guy who feels like he's constantly overlooked. He's a hitman, and he's getting a little loose and old in his age. Otherwise, he probably would have picked up on Donnie right away.
Right.
But he also wants a friend kind of thing, or somebody he can confide in, or like a son, basically, because his own son is somebody he can't talk to. And it's a very layered, very well done film. Now, of course, it deviates a little bit from the true story, but that being said, yeah, but it still captures overall the essence and the idea of what happened, because it was a famous case because of what happened in this case that regulated what happened going forward for any kind of going undercover, right? For any kind of operations like that, because Joe was originally only supposed to be in there for like 2 to 4 months, and he ended up in there for like 6 years.
Yeah. It's true.
He lost his family and all sorts of other things over it. Not physically, but like they left him and stuff after the first 9 months and shit like that. So like, yeah, in the movie, they don't leave him right away. In fact, Anne Heche, who plays his wife, sticks through him till damn near the end. But at that point, they skim through a lot of years in a way, because when the movie starts, he's already been in there for 2 years. So like, yeah, so it's you know, it's a very well done film. I'm surprised it doesn't get mentioned more often alongside movies like Goodfellas and others, because it does take a very no nonsense, grounded look at what it was like in the mob. And they had like unlimited access to like tapes and stuff that Donnie had, you know, taped over the years through his investigations. And I mean, there was little things that would bother me possibly on some levels, but otherwise it was, I mean, it's one of those movies that's really hard to hate. And Pacino gives like one of his best performances of his life, because he's so really low key in the movie. He doesn't have a lot of, in fact, I don't think he has any Pacino moments where he goes completely crazy. In fact, one of his most powerful scenes he's very subdued in is when his son is in a coma because he OD'd on drugs. And he's just talking to Donnie in the hallway, and then all of a sudden he starts crying, and it's just this sad, heartbreaking moment. And it's also kind of the part in the movie where you realize that Donnie is the son that he always wished he had, kind of thing. And you know, it's just and it's not just that. It's not like it's that, you know, in your face or anything like that. It's so deep buried in the film, because then what happens is Donnie gets so wrapped up in the organization that he starts to care about these guys, right? Because as you know, you start to get to know these people, and you start to understand why.
And for all the years,
and not only that, he's starting to pick up those traits and do other things. And not only that, I like how in the extended cut goes in a little deeper into the psychosis or the psychology that he has to do or deal with, like the other side of it, right? Like, because they talk a lot about what he comes home and what he does, but they don't show it. In this version, they show it, like when he comes home, because his wife gets pissed because he comes home and all he does is clean and reorganize everything on her.
Yeah.
Now, to me, I'm looking at that going, okay, so this is a psychological thing. he has absolutely no control over his life on a daily basis because of this thing he's doing undercover. So that's most likely why when he comes home, he asserts this control over the entire household.
Yep.
Right. And I mean, there's just little things I'm picking out as I'm watching the movie going, oh God, you can totally tell why this was so bad for this guy's mental state and his life to do this to this person, to and he talked about, for years about how it was like to have to basically live two lives, basically his mistress was this job that he had to go through and his wife just wouldn't understand it because he couldn't tell her shit, and partially just for her own, safety. Right. It's just, it's a very interesting story. It's an interesting tale. And again, like I said, I would definitely watch it with like Goodfellas and some other movies like that. It's a great film. Johnny Depp and Al Pacino bringing just amazing performances. You got Bruno Kirby in here and so many other great character actors from the era, playing, gangsters and FBI guys and everything like that. I mean, just a ton of great actors in here. I could sit here all day and list them off. But anyhow,
it's a great
good movie. Check it out. Yeah.
Definitely. Dragons wants to know where you got your TMT shirt.
I got that from, is this a Gutter Garbs one or is this Fright Rags? One of the two. Either Gutter Garbs or Fright Rags. I think they're the same company, aren't they?
Yeah. No, not Fright Rags is different than Gutter Garbs.
Okay, it's one of the two. I think this was a Fright Rags one, though.
Yeah.
Now, that was one of the things that didn't really happen was the ending of Donnie Brasco the way it does in the movie. Because in real life, Lefty didn't die. Yeah. Because the way the movie's set up is it doesn't show it, but it alludes that he's going to be the one to be called. Because this whole thing throughout the movie is Lefty's like, when you get the call and you go, that's your time. I've been on the other end of that for 26 times. I know it's when you get the call. So when he gets that call at the end, that's kind of what it signifies is that he's going to go. And he has this moment with, where he's like talking to his wife and he says goodbye. And he says, make sure that so-and-so gets this and this happens and blah, blah, blah. And then you can kind of tell that's what he's doing. And then, and he walks off screen and it goes dark and you have the Sopranos moment where it just goes kaboom, Yeah. kind of thing. But then, it's just, that's one of the things that isn't true. That's not what happened. In fact, it was actually Sonny who got killed because he didn't figure out that Donnie was a... was a
undercover agent.
And what's funny is that the timing of this movie coincided with them taking down like basically the last of remnants of the mob in real life too, which was kind of weird. Like a 30-year kind of like, or 20 to 30-year kind of thing come full circle. But yeah. So there you
go. It's one of those, like, I think this is like one of the last, outside of The Departed, one of the like last mobster type movies that we got till like The Departed and eventually The Irishman, but The Irishman wasn't that great, to be honest with you.
At least the more prestigious ones. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah. But I think Pacino was probably better in the 70s, but he had some bangers in the 90s.
It depends on the movie and the performance. Like in the 90s, the thing with Pacino, you got 80s and 90s Pacino is when he started doing the hoo-ah.
Yeah,
and just coming in and screaming everything.
Yeah. What's that? Blind, where he's a blind guy.
Scent of a Woman. Yeah.
Scent of a Woman. Yes, that was a big 90s, big performance for him. And I think that's where a lot of that that came from, So, yeah. But, I mean, if you're looking for, like, the more grittier Pacino, definitely 70s.
Yeah. So, when he was working with, like, The Godfather or
Carly,
Cruising,
well, not Carly, the way that
like
the 80s, but, stuff like that. Serpico.
Serpico, yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. Thanks, Tom. All right.
Then you got full-on big boy fucking Al Pacino where he's just like spitting and chewing the scenery and fucking Dick Tracy. Like motherfucker knew the assignment. Like he got it.
He got it.
So basically I just gotta be bigger than Jack. Gotcha.
Just do it up.
Just do it up even bigger. My name is Big Boy. So I'm gonna do it big.
It's not a genre that everybody can get into, but there are some bangers in the Mafia.
And I love them. Yeah. I mean, the ones you mentioned already are probably the best. Goodfellas.
Yeah, Goodfellas, Casino, stuff like that.
Godfather, obviously.
Yeah, that's what I've still been meaning to pick that up in Devil's in the 4K because yes, he is just as the devil in that movie. He's just over the top.
I'm the devil. Ooh-ah.
You're Keanu Reeves, and I'm the devil, and you're gonna fuck this girl right here in front of me.
Spoilers, I'm your daddy.
He is over the top. He is over the top in that movie. Yeah, and he's a good one too. Yeah, he's good in that too. So yeah.
Righteous Kill was probably one of the more disappointing movies of that era. Like I was like, you're getting them back together, and this is what we wind up with. Of course, nowadays, like De Niro, I can't stand his ass because he's just so insufferable.
Yeah, he is. He's just. I don't really have anything to. Well, I guess I could do this one. It has nothing to do with the mob, but it does have something to do with the cop. So
cops. Are you a cop? Why are you playing Stady?
It's I don't know, but I did watch The Mangler starring Robert.
God, I haven't seen that since VHS days.
Ted Levine.
In Cinemax days, I barely remember it, but yeah.
I gotta be honest, I'm not too fond of this case. For
oh yeah, no, the case looks horrible.
It's glow in the dark.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like really rough. If I can't turn off the lights or anything, but like
I'll give him an E for effort on that one.
Yeah, it's just yeah. Go ahead.
Vinegar Syndrome. I just got to say, like their cases lately, they're getting a little experimental. Just stick to the basic, simple shit you used to do, guys.
Yeah. So this is glow in the dark. I'm not a big fan of that, but I do like that they are starting to get rid of the posters. So no poster. Not that I don't mind a poster. I don't mind a poster every once in a while, but yeah.
I just don't have room for any more posters. I got more posters than I know what to do with.
Right. So, yeah, here's the Mangler, and then of course we have the I had it in there wrong. The 4K, the reversible art with this. Is it this art or the? I can't remember. Hold on. I can't remember what reversal, if it's the cover or the. Yeah, it's the glow in the dark cover that is on that. But yeah, this was fun. I enjoyed this movie. I haven't seen it in a long time myself, and it does come with the Mangler booklet. So, yeah. Robert Englund is great. Everybody in this is just so over. Speaking of which, that could go into sort of the thing like they're all over the top. All the acting in this movie is way over the top, and I don't know if it was meant to be that way or what. But it is hilarious at points, but it's also a really fun movie to watch.
Isn't it based on like a Stephen King short story or something? Yeah, I was gonna say like I remember the video version. They were just hyping it up as Freddy Krueger's Robert Englund and Stephen King present The Mangler.
That's what it says. If you can see right there, it says Robert Englund.
Star of Nightmare on Elm Street. Toby Hooper, that's right. Yes, 3 horror icons come together.
From the 3 masters of horror, the ultimate tale of terror is about to begin.
See, that's the thing is I probably remember the trailers more than I remember the movie itself. Like, it's okay. But I remember it's like, for some reason, I remember there's like a lot of elements of Graveyard Shift in it for some reason.
It's very similar to Graveyard Shift. But then again, it is Stephen King, so it's very similar.
Right, so he writes the same story 10 times over. Yeah. So 6, you should have been on the show. You shouldn't have been sick. You'd have had something to add. See,
it folded her like a sheet. Yeah. See, 6 could have helped us out with this. Yeah, it had been forever since I seen this, but like the gist of the movie is Ted Levine, however you say his name, from Silence of the Lamb, who played Buffalo Bill. He's it's like a noir movie too. It's like a detective.
You're like a big fat girl.
Yeah, I'd fuck me. But he plays this like detective in this small Maine town who's just like he reminded me of George C. Scott from Exorcist 3 in this movie. Because he's in this small town in Maine, and if he just has one more case, he's just going to fucking snap on somebody, right? He can't handle it anymore. He's so done with everything. And and this small town is run by this giant laundry factory that's owned by Robert Englund, who's made up like really old makeup. He's got like these crutches, metal legs. He can't move. He walks like this, and he's a slave driver, and he's got all these people running in. He's got this giant laundry press machine that's called the Mangler. And so a blood of aversion awakens the demon within inside of it, and it folds this old lady like a sheet. And so they call in the police, and that's where he comes in, and that's where the case begins. And it's all about like demonic possession. This machine is possessed by a demon, and Robert England, the rich man and stuff, he finds out he's feeding this thing virgins, and all them like big major people in the town are a part of it. And he uncovers this conspiracy, and it's so campy, and everybody's just so over the top in their acting, just like they're just like, I don't know what they were doing. I don't know if it's meant to be that way, but it's just like so over the top, and I loved it, every minute of it. The ending, I do remember the ending after I watched it not being so good, because the ending is not so good, but it is a fun movie. I hadn't seen it in a long time. The 4K transfer looks amazing.
Of course, the ending sucks because it's Stephen King.
It's Stephen King, exactly. It doesn't really end, and it's kind of like, really, that's how you're going to do it. But everybody was great in the movie. Robert England is great in the movie. I'm trying to remember the audio. It does have the 5.1 surround sound and 2.0 stereo mix with it, and it does have a new like making of documentary with Robert England and some of the other actors. You're not getting Ted Levine act on this. Once he did Silence of the Lambs and Monks, he thought he was, a hero. So, but no, it's great. It's a fun movie. It's just like, if you're into that type of like 90s campiness horror movie like that, it's very bloody, and it's very over the top. The machine they built for the Mangler is an incredible machine, but then when it gets to a certain point, it becomes 90 CGI, and it looks horrible. But it's so fun. It's just so fun. So if you want to spend the money for this, I got it when it was doing the Black Friday sale, so I got some Black Friday. So I got a little cheaper than it is now. But if you want it, I can recommend it. It looks good. Sounds good. Great special features. It's a fun movie. Now, remember, if you're a fan of Stephen King, the endings aren't the greatest, so there's that. But other than that, this was a fun movie. Yes, it is. That's in the end of it. I was sitting in there in my living room watching it on the big 4K and everything, eating popcorn, and I was just like, I was having a blast. This movie is a fun movie, regardless of how it ends, because it's still like, even the bad ending is fun. So, yeah. Tom, I like his endings. Why they hate? Even Stephen King doesn't like his endings. He jokes about it all the time.
I feel sorry for all of his wives.
How many wives does he have? I thought he's had like 2. I don't remember.
Their sex life had to suck. Motherfucker don't know how to end.
I get you.
Don't know how to climax this bitch.
I mean, sometimes he has good endings, 6 and everything, but I mean, it's
Rarely.
a thing. Yeah,
usually it's when somebody else rewrites his shit.
Yeah. And
like, I have this very love-hate relationship with Stephen King, and it has very little to do. I mean, his current day like politics, yeah, that's a problem. But I've had this love-hate relationship with him forever because of this. Because he's really great at coming up with these ideas and stories and characters and events and things of that nature. But he always tanks the fucking third act.
Yeah.
I could think of maybe 2 or 3 books where he didn't fuck up the ending. Misery is one of them. Like,
yeah,
the other one is like The Body, Stand By Me, but like those are pretty definitive endings to them for the most part. Like, and maybe Needful Things. Like, other than that, like
Needful Things isn't bad.
Yeah, but I mean, really, what else is there? Like The Stand, he's fucked the ending up of that how many times, and it's such a soft landing. Like, that's the problem, is he has such strong ideas going into it. It just kind of fizzles out as he goes through. It's like, whatever, he needs to come up with an idea for a climax before he goes into this.
Yeah, you got to get it there. That's what I was just like going to mention about the standards, because like you mentioned, as I was like, people will fix his endings in the movies and TV shows and stuff that they based off of it. They'll fix it. Now they've gotten to the point where like Stephen King is, not going into his politics or anything like you mentioned, but they got to the point where like Stephen King is the master of horror. Oh, wouldn't it be so great if he worked on our movie? And he comes in, he's like, I'm going to rewrite the ending. And they let him. It's like he rewrote the ending for The Stand, for the new TV series, which was freaking horrible. And they brought him in to rewrite an ending to something else as well, and it was horrible. So it's like, you can't stop. Don't bring him in to let him rewrite these endings. So, no, but yeah, it is a thing. 6. I know. So it's okay. I'm not saying you don't have to like the endings. It's like even Stephen King has joked about it. Like even in the new It movies, he joked about it about because like when the one what's his name, the kid who's grown up now to go back to buy his bike where Stephen King owns the shop. He's supposed to be the writer. He's like the Stephen King insert. He's the writer, and Stephen King is the shop owner. And he's like, he makes fun of him for not knowing how. Stephen King makes fun of the guy for not knowing how to end his stories. Is it because they have that running joke and that about how he can't end a story? So like Stephen King knows that. So. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I enjoy his stuff too. I've enjoyed his books. I was on a big Stephen King movie watching thing a while back. So I was really glad to pick this up. I mean, yeah, outside of his politics and all that, I love Stephen King's story. I love Stephen King movie. He's good. Yeah, the ending of I like the ending of the novel. I don't like the ending to the movie. I actually think the ending to the novel is better than the ending of the movie. I couldn't stand that ending. It made me hate that movie. Oh, thank you. Articulate your words, retard. Speak clearly. Oh, thank you. I remember stuff 2005. Modern King sucks now. His son helped fix endings to books. His son isn't too bad. In writing. So yeah. But anyways, that was the Mangler. Tom, do you want to go for your next one? So it's to you if you're ready.
Sure. This was one of the new ones I actually managed to get because I figured if I didn't get the Steelbook, it'd be a while before I could get it again.
Mm-hmm.
That is The Patriot, especially with the holiday coming up. I figured it was time to watch this.
What holiday would be? I almost was going to make this.
I don't know what holiday is coming up here soon, Greg.
I know.
250th
1776. Birthday. I was thinking about making this an American show, but I figured July 4th is Saturday. Maybe we'll do it next Wednesday, even though it's.
I thought about it too, but I was like, you know what? And I got sucked into it, and I'm just like, it's one of those. It's a fucking look. It's a masterpiece. I don't care how historically inaccurate it is. It kicks the shit out of Braveheart. Fuck that. I don't care who says anything else. Sue me. It's Dean Devlin and what's his face, Roland Emmerich's best movie ever. Again, Stargate fans, sue me. I don't care.
Tom's pissed people off tonight.
Oh, I don't care. Yeah, even better than Independence Day. I don't care. It's an amazing fucking movie. I mean, just the whole idea of the rah go America aspect of the whole film. For those who haven't seen it, what is it about? It's about Mel Gibson plays a character who fought in the American Indian War basically back in the day, did some bad things, It's basically a Clint Eastwood movie with Mel Gibson in it.
Which works because he's basically like Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, it just works. And then because it has a lot of similarities between some old Clint Eastwood movies, but then he's raised in his family and he loses his wife not long ago in the story when we start off. And so he's got, a whole Brady bunch of kids that he's raising on his own, along with a few other people to help.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, America is declaring its independence, and so war is imminent. And the last thing he wants to do is drag his family through war, especially after the horrors that he's seen. And of course, his 2 eldest sons don't want nothing more than to jump on that war bandwagon.
Yeah.
And a few circumstances and events lead him to have to bear arms once again and fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. Because G.I. Joe. Mel Gibson is there.
Which is funny.
He's a real American hero.
I love that him and Heath Ledger are both Australian. Playing American.
Yeah. And that's another reason why the movie's so famous is because it's probably one of Heath Ledger's better films besides
I think this was like his big star making movie before
probably between this and Knight's Tale were kind of his big moment of taking off. Yeah
Did he do Knight's Tale after The Patriot or before The Patriot? Because I think maybe The Patriot is what got him the job on Knight's Tale.
I was going to say, I think he did Patriot first, if I remember right. But they were pretty close to each other. Because I think Patriot came out just before my video store opened, and then Knight's Tale came out while I had the video store. So yeah I think you're right.
Yeah.
Now, as far as differences in the release, Barry, I'm pretty sure the old release is HDR only. This one has Dolby Vision and the extended cut in 4K.
No, there you go.
No, I didn't check out the first disc to see if they did anything to the theatrical cut. I'm assuming, knowing Sony, they did at least give it a Dolby Vision wash, you know. So yeah, it's worth the upgrade. The Steelbook is amazing looking.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just two standard 4K Blu-rays, not a standard Blu-rays. I mean, it looks like there's some. I think there's some. I think all the features are the same, but they're just. Actually, well, it says no. Never mind. It just spread over. Yeah, they're just spread over the two discs instead of all being on one.
But this is like the first time the unrated is on 4K, right?
Yes. That's the bigger between that and the Dolby Digital or Dolby Vision upgrade. That's the reason to get it. And yeah, like I mean, the unrated version. This is one that I can kind of give or take the unrated cut of because there's a few things in it that are different, but they're not like major differences.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Nice. They filmed it close to Steven here, and he said he walked in the restaurant about 10 minutes after Mel Gibson left, and he was so bummed out. So
he was bummed because all the ladies were fucking passed out and he couldn't get no service.
Yeah, Gibson was. Yeah, but no, The Patriot is actually a really great movie, and it's one of those. It is one of those like crowd cheering USA movies because like Mel Gibson and his family go through some shit in this movie, and he loses, not to spoil or anything, he loses a lot. And so when he gets to that moment on the battlefield and he's got that flag and he's raising it up, I mean, you're like, USA motherfucker all the way. Yeah. So,
hold the line.
Yeah. So you're go for it because it's a great.
He's definitely trying to channel a lot of Braveheart into the like not the Civil War, but the American Revolution. Clearly. Mm-hmm. But I didn't care. To me, it was actually the more watchable of the two films. Like I love Braveheart, don't get me wrong, but to me, I'm sorry, just subjectively, this is the infinitely more watchable. I've seen this movie 10 times more than I have Braveheart.
Braveheart is one of those where you gotta. It's a really, really good movie.
Yeah,
it's awesome, but it is one of those movies where it's not something you can rewatch immediately over and over. Like The Patriot is a movie you can rewatch.
It's kind of fast food. It's kind of fast food in a way. Like that's what Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich deliver, right? Like they deliver these movies in a way that they're very. Are they great? Not in the sense of they're going to win a bunch of Oscars or anything like that, but they're very crowd pleasing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
make you feel good.
They know how to get an audience to stand on their feet and hoot and holler because they did it during Independence Day. I didn't see this in theaters, but I guarantee you there was a few theaters, especially if they brought this out on 4th of July, which I'm sure they did. Mm-hmm. There were people were just cheering and hooting and hollering. So like you get certain movies like this, especially Mel knew how to channel that into his characters as well, where you root for him. So yeah, no, it's a well done film on that respect, but I totally get that it's like the fast food version of a period piece, right? Or a war film. Like I totally understand that. Like, but it has all those elements that you love of like Eastwood / 80s action films, all balled up and put into a revolutionary film.
It is a really good. It's really good. What can you say? It's one of those movies that you get into it and you get into the story and it moves along and you're like, yeah, this is why I'm an American. So yeah, so it is.
Well, and it was kind of the Britain's Vietnam, and I like how they kind of treated it that way in a sense. It's not like directly, but like, you know, like how us over here as farmers were taking them on, you know, and causing them big problems, kind of like the Vietnamese were causing us problems.
Yeah,
you know, like it's very similar.
How fighting and everything as well.
Yeah, with the guerrilla warfare and all that kind of stuff. Exactly.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I'm interested to see what it looks like. I kind of wish Jim Caviezel was still playing Jesus, but I understand why he's not.
Yeah.
considering he's not 33 years
He's
old
30
anymore.
years old anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Well, like
I get
63
it.
now.
Yeah, so I get
Or
it.
53, but yeah.
But I want to see. I have to see a trailer for it first. So
Yeah, I'll be interesting to see what they come up with or he comes up with. So,
yeah. I heard it strays from the source material. You mean the Bible? So
He's talking about the Patriot. Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say I thought it was like
they paint the Brits as complete fucking bloodthirsty
Yeah,
evil
they do.
people.
So,
Like-
what's his name? Isaac is
Yeah, Jason Isaac, who I
Yeah.
famously had a Twitter spat with.
like,
Yeah, his character is completely out of character for what a lot of British officers would have acted like. But that's kind of the point of his character.
Mhm.
Because he even says it at that one point is like, he's getting chastised for his tactics, and then they bring him back in when he's like, we need you to get this ghost. And he's like, well, it's going to take the tactics that you find, unsavory or whatever it was, however he put it. So, like, yeah. So, I mean, there's that aspect of the story. Now, my understanding, though, is like still some of the things that happened still did kind of happen, but they didn't happen the way they did in the movie. Most famously is the church sequence, is my understanding, is the one that draws a lot of problems. I guess a lot of people were upset about that. It's like, well, are you saying they didn't kill civilians? Are you saying they didn't burn down houses? I mean, and churches and stuff like that? They did. Now, did they do it to this extent? Not necessarily, but they just crammed a lot of these bad things into one scene, right? And it's very, very Hollywood. And that's what I said before. This is fast food, right? Don't make any mistake about it. This would be like going to McDonald's and buying a steak.
right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be exactly what you expect it to be for a McDonald's steak.
Yeah.
It ain't like you're going to some steakhouse you got to understand what you're expecting here. And it's a very popcorn version of it. So.
but it's very good.
Jason Isaac, he was when he was on Star Trek.
Yeah.
And we were all going after the actors, or not going after him, but we were talking to them about our problems with the show. And he comes out and he says, when you have an issue at a restaurant, you don't go screaming at the cook, do you? And I said, actually, yes, you do. You go to the waiter and you tell him what's wrong with your meal, and then he goes and tells the cook, the problem here is you're pissed, you just realized you're the waiter. And he blocked me.
Oh, look at this.
Kind of like with John Cusack. Now I said to him was, excuse me if I don't want to take political advice from Lloyd Dobler.
Nice. Why are you hanging out with
He
me,
ain't
Tom?
like
Why
that.
am I a retard? Why are you hanging out with this retard, Tom? I only got 11 subs, 11K subs.
Retard watch? Hey,
Yeah,
retard watch.
Wait, I don't know. His retard watch just wants to know why you're hanging out with me as a retard.
I'm a
Doesn't tell
retard
me
nobody.
what
I don't even
subs.
have a channel technically right now. So, I mean, my own personal anyway.
Because I'm a retard. That's why he's hanging out with me.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. I just thought that was funny.
Maybe you didn't know, but we have white privilege.
Yes.
So what you got for your third or second pick?
All right, I was actually going to save this one for last, but since it's it's not about the American Revolution, but I guess you could say it kind of connects on the epic scale, and that would be I finally watched The Northman, directed by Robert Eggers. And I love this movie. This movie is really, really, really good.
Isn't that movie fucking awesome?
I love it. Oh man, this movie is a dude movie. This was badass. It's so good, and I love. Outside of The Witch, which I don't think is a bad movie. I just thought it was a very boring movie. He shot it very well. It was great acting. I thought The Witch was a bit boring. Outside of The Witch, so far, Eggers is 3 for 4 out of his movies I've seen, and I am looking forward to Werewolf. I saw the trailer to that, and that blew me away. So I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, it's Conan it's Hamlet meets Conan meets Excalibur is what this is. So I love the fact that this movie doesn't. You were talking about like how they were, in that it's like McDonald's fast food or whatever. I love it the fact that this movie doesn't sugarcoat the violence and the things they've done, because even though you're following what's his name here, Alexander Skarsgård character of Emeth, or whatever his name is, as for on his thing for revenge. He's the guy you're rooting for to get that revenge, but also it lets you know that what he's done, what his uncle's done, they're not black and white, right? So like he's doing bad things himself. His uncle did bad things, but his uncle may not be as completely bad as he thinks, and his mom might be worse than he thinks, and his dad might be worse than he thinks. But in the end, it's still like he's guiding on this purpose and everything. And it's a really great movie, and it's really done very, very well.
It's actually the Norse story that Hamlet is based on,
yes,
I guess.
That's what it's based off of. Yes, because I watched especially, and it's like
his name is like Umlant or something like that. Basically, it translates to Hamlet. Basically, yeah.
His name's like Amleth. Amleth is his name.
Yeah, something like it.
Yeah. So, it's a really solid epic tale. It's just badass. The fighting is great. Anna Taylor-Joy is really good in this as well. I really actually liked her character in this. I thought she was well done. It's just.
Did you think it was too slow or boring? Because there was a lot of people complaining about that. I'm like, what fucking movie did y'all watch?
That's what I'm like. I'm watching this.
This has got some brutal ass fucking fight scenes and shit.
Right?
Yeah, there's some moments where it slows down to tell you a story, but I mean, dude, you got this fucking guy's like splitting heads and shit.
Right?
Like they're running around naked and shit. And Andre's like telling us about yes, this is actually the way that Norse used to fight. We would go and we would do a bunch of mushrooms and go into battle naked.
So yeah. It's true, because like I was even watching some of the stuff, special features, and that Gallagher Skarsgård was like, this is the movie he's been dying to make for years. It's so accurate to the Viking era that we know of, because we don't know a lot of stuff, because a lot of the stuff they've discovered about the Vikings and stuff was never really written down, because it's just, the Viking people were storytellers. So they never really wrote it down. They just kind of told it to one another. And like, even
because reading is for pussies.
Exactly. Because it was a very manly society. And like, even they've only ever found one Viking helmet ever in existence. And so like the helmets in the movie, they had to base it off of just that one helmet that's ever been found. So, and the clothing that they're buried in, because most of it is burned, because the Viking, they burn you at funeral and stuff like that. So like they haven't found a whole lot of that. So like they did they like Robert Eggers and Alexander Skarsgård, they went into major research mode in this. They said they did so much research for this movie and stuff that like he became almost like a scholar on Vikings, and they want him to go to like museums and stuff to tell them how things should be. But like, yeah, this is like supposedly like one of the most accurate Viking things they could do, but it's done on such a big budget scale. And yes, it is done. I don't know where people were saying it was boring, because I'm watching this movie, and this movie holds your interest. It doesn't feel like 2 hours. It's like 2 hours in
no, it cruises along.
It goes.
And I love the atmosphere of the movie. Like I remember after watching it, I wanted to take a shower.
Yeah, it is.
You're like,
dirty,
oh my
man.
God, it's so grimy and dirty and real feeling, and you could smell the smoke, and it reminded me of Nosferatu. Like, this guy knows how to make a fucking movie, an atmospheric film. Like, he got so robbed during Nosferatu. I'm like, how did you not get nominated for all these fucking Oscars?
Yeah,
because this is just a step towards that, as you see. Like I said, especially like the scenes with like that witch chick and all that kind of stuff. Like, we're in that cave and all. It's like, oh man, just all the brutality. My God, it's just it almost is like, how did they fake this?
It's done so well.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's some CGI mixed with a little bit of practical, mixed with God knows what else, little magic. But like, there's just certain shots and scenes in this where you're just like, my God, that feels real. Like they did such a great. Eggers did such a great job at capturing this.
He did. It's beautifully shot. It is beautifully lit. And then like, even I was watching, they were talking about how like in the Vikings, when they built their huts and stuff, they were like sort of like Hobbit things, and they really didn't have windows, and all they ever used was fire for the light. They would have like these houses with like no windows, but they'd have giant fires in the middle of the thing, and usually that was their only source of light, was either the fire in the middle of the house or the daylight. So they really had to figure out how to shoot and light film like that, because it is on film, I believe, for the most part, because that's what Edgar, he likes to use film. So like it's
Pretty sure,
like,
yeah.
yeah. So like all that is really good, and yes, in the final on a freaking volcano, and there's a part of me, I don't want to spoil it, but like there's a part of me where you want him, you do get to the point, even though all the horrible things that both sides have done, you get to the point where you're like, you kind of want him. I don't want to spoil it, but like you want him to live and go back with Anna Taylor-Joy's character of Olga, because of what you would learn, but also at the same time, this is his fate. This is what this has to happen between these two men, and it has to end that way. And like to the Vikings, like that was the thing that was, that they want to live, but also they want to die in battle. That's that's what they live to do, is like die in battle. That proves them they're like there's this man and everything. And Nicole Kidman is such a slimy character in this movie. At first, you think she's such a good character, and that she plays her part so well. But it was a really good movie. I mean, like the scene, like you were talking about the brutality of it, like the scene when they're playing that game that's kind of like football or whatever with the things, and he takes that big motherfucker down and he just headbutts him like 100 times. It's like, my God, stop.
Yeah, Nicole Kidman, I was happy she just wasn't telling me that she's happy that I'm at an AMC. That was the main thing with her.
It's why we go to the theater.
Yeah. No, this is why I go to the theater.
Yeah, I am looking forward to Werewolf. I did see the trailer. I am looking forward to Werewolf. I hope it's an actual werewolf, like a bipedal werewolf. But knowing Eggers, it could be like a 4-legged werewolf.
As long as it's better than Wolfman, that's all that matters.
Yes, I hope it's. And I know he's throwing out. I was a little worried about hearing that, but knowing how much research he does, because I know he's throwing out like the silver bullets and stuff like that. But when you think about it, at the time periods it's set in, and the actual legend, like the silver bullet stuff, that came way later than the time period that
a lot of that came from the Universal films. Like people, like we kind of uncovered this during our Nosferatu research. We were kind of surprised to realize how little there is as far as lore in the Wolfman stuff, or how much of it was just made up or stolen from Dracula, basically. Yeah. But like what Eggers is doing is, again, like with Nosferatu, kind of, as far as my understanding, is getting into a lot of the mythos and the and the origins of the idea of where this came from, because it wasn't something that just was, Universal made that version their own, and that's the version Hollywood has kind of reinterpreted over the years. So it'll be very interesting to see what he's uncovered in his research or what he knows, because I mean, I know very little, but I do know that it's not as prolific as vampires, but there is cultures that do believe in the Wolfman or a variation thereof. Yes. I mean, of course, you even have the Wendigo, or how do you ever say that? The
Wendigo. You're right.
Yeah, which was kind of more so what the Wolfman was. But that being said, like, I mean, there's a lot of it in different cultures, like, so it'll be interesting to see what he picks and chooses and what era he comes from, because a lot of what we have now comes from the Native American side of the Wendigo character kind of version of the Wolfman. Is what I was getting at, but yeah,
I get you. I love the werewolf mythology. Speaking of it, that's actually a Viking wolf right there, because like I'm into the wolf stuff. It's my favorite thing. Is like this, like the reason they call it like lycanthropy, that's the werewolf thing, is like there was a if I can remember, I got to remember this because I've researched it, and sounds like maybe it could be where he's basing it off of, but I don't know. It's like there was a his name was Lycanus or something like that. That's what is his name. And he turned away this, it's kind of like a morality tale type thing. He like turned away this poor person. So what this person did, and it was actually like the devil in disguise or something like that. And so what he did was he killed Lycan's family and fed it to him. And he didn't let him know, because he came back later and, and as a guest and all this somehow, and it fed it to him and cursed him. And now he cursed him into being the werewolf and stuff. I have to go back into it. It's been a while since I've read the story and researched it. I know I'm messing that up. But that's like the basis for like where the werewolf comes from that section of the world. And so and he's basing this on a curse, like he's going back to the curse, and that's what it feels like from that trailer. Is like when you see all that weird shit happen and then putting the wolf on him and everything. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. He's going.
Those aren't werewolves. Those are furries.
Yeah, I'm not watching giant dogs and sparkly vampires. I'm not doing it. Sorry. I think it's set around there. I know their accents, it doesn't quite sound English.
You don't care about that part.
Well, actually, he does. He likes to keep the accents and the language they use for the appropriate.
He didn't during Nosferatu.
Oh, that's true. Nosferatu.
Everybody's got different accents, yet they're supposed to be in Germany. It's like,
yeah,
okay.
That's true. That's true. That's
one of the few things I just kind of like. I let that slide. I was just like, whatever.
Yeah, but no, I really enjoyed the Northman, and I just now realized that Bill Skarsgård and Alexander Skarsgård are brother, and they were both in his movie. I don't know why I didn't realize that till just now.
The wolf and win, trust me.
That's the movie I want to see. Nosferatu versus Werewolf.
That'd be great. That would.
He's building his own universe. It's like fuck Universal.
He's doing the werewolf. He's doing the Universal monster movies right compared to Blumhouse. Like their Invisible Man, shitty ass movie, not an Invisible Man. Their Wolfman, shitty ass movie, not a Wolfman. And then what was their other one they did? Didn't they do another one that was pretty shitty? I can't even remember. Oh yeah, The Mummy. It's not a mummy movie. It's an Exorcist Evil Dead movie.
It's so bad they got to bring back
Tom Cruise.
No, there's two different mummies. The other one's not Universal. Remember, I don't think. The newer one. The Tom Cruise one was the Universal one. Remember?
No, the Blumhouse did The Mummy. They did.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're Universal as well.
Yeah, they're Universal as well. So all those are horrible. So
that means they've tried twice now with The Mummy.
Yeah, and they're going back to Brendan Fraser. So
yeah, we fucked this up. Reverse course.
Go back to Brendan Fraser. If I found you a boobalicious redhead to watch with you, yeah.
Hell yeah, but I'd be paying more attention to her.
I mean, do you know, guys? If a guy had a boobalicious redhead or brunette or blonde, they're going to watch Twilight. They may not pay attention to it because they'll probably be looking at the girl more, but they'll do what she says. So, I mean, you find me that boobalicious redhead and I'll watch it with her. That's your tax, sis. Six, do that for me.
I sat through 50 Shades of Grey for the same reason.
Right. I mean, at least you get to see Dakota Johnson naked in that movie, but other than that, it's just like, why would I watch it? Yeah, but no, the Northman, I almost called it The Viking. The Northman is really, really good. This is a really solid movie. I think this is probably his most, I would say commercial, like you were talking about how like the what's is like fast food.
Nosferatu was a little bit more.
I don't know. This one feels a little more like more people could probably get into the Northman than Nosferatu a little bit. I don't know, but they're both amazing films as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah. If you guys have not seen this, check it out. This is an incredible movie. I don't care what anybody says. This is not boring. It's a really fun. Well, I can't say it's fun because it gets really dark. But I mean, it's like this journey of revenge and the world when they inhabit is so well done and so great. It's an incredible movie. I've become a huge fan of Robert Eggers. I am looking forward to see what he does, and I really hope he doesn't disappoint with Werewolf. And once again, I was thinking about going back and rewatching The Witch. Because I've only seen it one time and I didn't really like it. And it's once again, it's not because I don't think it's a good, it's a perfectly shot movie. It's well acted movie. It's just wasn't my cup of tea at the time. Maybe I should give it a rewatch. I don't know. Maybe
let me put it to you this way: I love The Northman and Nosferatu so much, and I've heard so many people tell me that I probably won't like The Witch to avoid it. Like, yeah. I am not, like, I'm actively avoiding that film. Like, I love Eggers, but, like, if you haven't noticed, like, throughout my things, like, there's usually a movie in somebody's repertoire I usually avoid. Like, Shutter Island was the Scorsese movie I was avoiding for the longest time. Because I fucking knew I was going to hate it. Because I knew the ending. I was like, shit. And I'm like, as soon as I started watching, I knew it. I got into it. I'm like, if you remember my review from, like, a month ago, I'm like, I fucking hated this movie. Worst Scorsese movie ever.
So yeah, But that's like I've seen it once. I actually like The Lighthouse, but then once again, like I said,
That's the other one I haven't, but that's the one I probably will watch.
Mm-hmm.
Because so many people have said, "Oh, you might like that," including you, obviously.
I think you'll like parts of it. I don't know if you'll like it as a whole movie, but I think you'll like.
Right, you have at least been more like, in that sense, like you've been like more direct with like, I think you'll like certain aspects, but I don't know about all of it. Blah blah blah.
I think you like with The Witch and The Lighthouse. You can see he took what he learned on both of those movies and made The Northman, Nosferatu, and I think it's leading to Werewolf because I do see
fingers crossed.
I do see a little bit of the witch and the werewolf, but it looks like it's been like he's matured. You know what I mean? He looks like he's matured. Now, yeah, with The Lighthouse, I dug it because once again, it's sort of like a Edgar Allan Poe story. It is very creepy. It's very unnerving.
And I can like those kind of stories. I just have to be in the right mood.
Yeah, I mean, you get you get a mermaid vagina.
Believe it or not, those are the kind of movies I usually like for Halloween. Like, I mean, I do love traditional Halloween films, but I love moodier films around Halloween too that also kind of put you in that fall kind of weather mood. And
then
sometimes
you would love Lighthouse around that time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, yeah, you'll get like Edgar Allan Poe type stories and stuff like that generally kind of. And I think a lot of that comes from, you know, growing up every year, like the Ichabod Crane thing from Disney was on every year. So that's part of it too. But yeah, no, like, so those kind of stories, like Sleepy Hollow, I remember when that came out in theaters, I'm like, why is this a Christmas movie? This should have come out at Halloween. Because I think it's Christmas or Thanksgiving it came out. And I'm just like, I was so disappointed in that. I'm like, yeah, this is a Halloween movie. What the fuck?
Yeah. So, but no, like what I really dug about it also as well is like, speaking of the Universal, it feels like almost like a Universal monster type movie as well, even though it's not Universal monsters, because it's in 4:3, it's black and white, and it's got that very like old school, like you're watching one of those old Universal horror movies or from that time. And I really dug that. So, but I am thinking about going back and rewatching The Witch. I don't know if I will, but I'm thinking about it. Maybe before Werewolf comes out down the line. But I just remember not liking. I personally, I thought The Witch was boring. That was like my biggest complaint. And I'm not that much into satanic stuff like that, satanic witchcraft. Like,
it depends on how it's handled. I don't mind witch stories. It just depends.
Yeah,
like I was surprised at how much I like Suspiria and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't think it's not that same.
Witches of Eastwick is probably my only other witch movie that I really enjoy that isn't Wizard of Oz. To be honest, like I'm not even that big of a fan. Like I appreciate the Angelica Houston witches film more for the technical aspects of it than the movie itself. Like that the movie itself is not very good, but like the Jim Henson work in there, Angelica Houston's work in there. The way they presented that movie and the fact that they had the balls to make that sort of a movie for kids, like I was a little beyond the age at that point when it came out, I think, but my memory of it was just going like, even as a kid, I was like, you know, I appreciate what went into this movie. I just don't think it's a very good movie. Like, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Even at that young, I could kind of at least separate that. But
yeah.
And the only thing with this 6, I would, if it was a comedy or something like that, I'd definitely jump on and watch it on Roku, but I think Eggers deserves a bit better quality than what Roku can deliver. I
don't know if The Witch is in 4K, but yeah, I'd rather watch it on my
probably is TV. Because I'm sure he shot it on film like he did The Lighthouse.
Yeah.
This and
It was funny because I was just watching a thing where he was talking to William Dafoe and how he met him and William Dafoe were talking because now William Dafoe's in every movie he does.
Well, he said he'd say yes to him anytime, no matter
anytime,
what.
Yeah. And I think he's going to be Scrooge in his Christmas Carol movie.
About time.
So I think that's what I'd have to look that up, but I think William Dafoe is playing Scrooge. But anyways, they were talking because he said how they met was William Dafoe saw The Witch and called him up to actually talk to Eggers and meet him for dinner or lunch to talk to him about the movie because he loved it that much. And Eggers was like, he was so excited to do that, not because he was going to meet Willem Dafoe. Well, yeah, that was part of it, but it's also like he had not been paid for The Witch. He hadn't made no money. He was still working a second job. And so he was just really excited to get a meal. So he was like really excited to be able to get a meal and also talk to Dafoe. So I thought that was a really great story of how they paid it forward for each other.
Cool.
I like stories like that. That was good. But yeah, good night, John. Thank you for hanging with us as well. Have a good night. Well, tell us, Six, how you truly feel. Where was that? I just saw that. Where did I see that? Where'd it go? I lost it. Yeah. Tell us how you feel. You really feel, Six.
Hail Satan!
It's Nicolas Cage. No, but yeah, the Northman is great. I really enjoyed the Lighthouse because it does remind me of like an old black and white like monster. Well, it's not a monster movie at all, but like an old black and white Edgar Allan Universal horror picture. Nosferatu is amazing. Looking forward to the werewolf, and there you go. I was going to save that for my last pick because now my last pick is going to suck because it's not very good. Well, I mean, I like the movie, but it's not something you want to talk a long time about. But go ahead, Tom. It's up to you.
All right. Well, at least I have something somewhat different. No, it's not different. It's Michael related. What did you expect with me? But this is actually kind of hard to get your hands on, believe it or not. And it's the Jackson 5 animated show by Rankin and Bass. The entire series right here, remastered in glorious Blu-ray. There you go. All 46 episodes. And I actually like the show. It's actually kind of fun.
Never seen it. So.
Never seen it. It's a Saturday morning cartoon. I mean, don't get me wrong. But believe it or not, of all the things that they did early on in the Jackson 5 and all that stuff, this was the thing that Michael Jackson was most proud of, even though he has very little to nothing to do with it. But famously, all of his brothers and sisters and everybody talk about in their books and everything about how every Saturday morning, Michael, it was his thing that he made sure no matter where they were, he had to see the show. I remember reading an interview with him where he talked about how he was just the most proud that he was a Saturday morning cartoon. Because he was, he loved that shit. And he, even up through the day he died, he loved cartoons.
Yeah.
Remember when I'm always in my Michael phase. It's just always in the background, Six. That's the thing. I just finally got a chance to really talk about it. Because we haven't had much of a chance to talk about it in a while. There was only like one other Michael thing that I think has come up in the last few years that I was able to kind of jump on a little bit. And then one time I remember geeking out a bit with Razor Fist. But other than that, yeah, no, just
Tom's
up until recently.
Waiting for this moment because of this movie.
Maybe.
It's my time now.
My time to shine. But what you do get here is they don't do the voices. Now, the credits lie to you, though, and say that it has the actual voices of the Jackson 5.
But it's not them.
But that's only during the singing parts, because they were way too busy to do this. And that's what, of course, I guess was most upsetting to Michael, was he wanted to do his voice. that was what it was. I mean, otherwise he loved it. Like, he was just he adored it. And the beauty of it was it also brought out a lot, especially considering it was done in the early phase of the Jackson 5 career. They have a lot of their, B-sides and lesser known cuts for the song. Sure, the hits are here, but they hadn't gone through made a bunch more of the hits that came down the road.
Right.
So you just get the main original ones plus a lot of deeper cuts. So it's kind of neat that you get that, because each episode has 2 songs, and Rankin and Bass really are kind of cheaper than Hanna-Barbera and Filmation in a lot of ways. And I'll get to that in a little bit. But the beauty of this show was it was designed by one of the originators of Mad Magazine. I forget the guy's name. So that was another reason why it looked so good. And the funny thing is you may know who voiced Michael Jackson. I'm sure you know him. It was a 14-year-old Goldie Wilson.
Mayor Goldie Wilson.
Mayor Goldie Wilson. That's right.
I'm gonna be mayor.
Mayor. So when he was a young kid, he did the voice of Michael. So in the show is just basically the Jacksons, and they find themselves in goofy situations. The first episode is the fake versions of how the Jacksons came to be, including Diana Ross in a cameo she actually gets to do her own voice in it.
Oh, really?
And they actually have, which is funny because they have Michael's rats, Ray and Charles, which he did have tons of rats, and they gave him the snake, Rosie, but in real life that was Jermaine's snake, which is kind of funny. But yeah, so they did have a snake then. Michael had muscles later, but this was a completely different snake that was Jermaine's. Jermaine had a very similar affinity for animals like Michael did. So the show is kind of just built, like I said, and every time there's either some bad guy voiced by, I forget the guy's name, but he did a lot of famous voices for Rankin and Bass. So he plays whichever, version of they're going to have either a protagonist or antagonist for the week that they either got to help or get away from. It's your basic setup, like every kind of thing. Either they're off to a show or they're off to win a contest or off to do something, or somebody kidnaps them or they need to help somebody with something and they can do it through music. It's your basic setup every week. And Michael and Marlon usually get into some sort of trouble because they're the young ones. And, like even though there was one episode where they got mistaken for, a group of bandits, right? So,
right, yeah.
Because they're a band and there's bandits, and the guy had to make pamphlets for both, and he accidentally flip-flopped the pictures. Just little stupid shit like that, or the time that Michael and Marlon accidentally got sucked into signing up for the army. Just little stupid shit. Like they're goofy and they're fun and they have the laugh tracks and all that kind of stuff. Paul Frees, that's what it is. Thank you, PBFS.
Paul Frees.
Yes, exactly. Paul Frees is in there. I think it's Paul Frees. Pretty sure it is. If it's not, it's the other guy that does voices. And there's a couple other voices I picked out here and there too that I recognized as well that they had once in a while. But no, it's funny because it's a fun show. It's very shoddily animated in some bits, like the music bits especially. Like it's just a bunch of repeated ad nausea, like looped animations and other stuff. But they did a pretty good job of remastering the sound here. It's for some reason it's only in Dolby Surround, not like a 5.1 mix or anything like that. But in 2 weeks, well, there you go. That's gonna be a fun show.
Twilight, The Stand, and Titanic.
But yeah, so this is I don't know why it was so limited or it's hard to find, but it is. So, and I'm not even sure if it's available anywhere streaming wise.
Probably not, because it's Michael Jackson related. So,
well, and it was put out by Classic Media, which was bought up by Universal. So who knows where the rights are now? But Rankin and Bass, of course, did the original show. But this is a nice set. You can tell it's probably from the early days of Blu-ray because it also has the DVDs with it.
Right.
But it's got all 46 episodes, and yeah, it says 46 remastered songs, which is bullshit because it's twice that many.
Yeah,
because there's 2 songs per show. They don't know how to math very well over there at Classic Media. But
of course.
Yeah. No, it's fun. And honestly, guys, if you haven't seen it, I dropped every single episode on my X account like months ago. So they're the DVD rips. They weren't the full-fledged, but most people are watching them on their little fucking phones. So
yeah, sadly.
There was a few glitches, like weird glitches I noticed. And they had to do with, I don't know how to explain it. Cause like, I don't think there was an ultra amount of DNR applied to these at all. Cause they do look very filmic and they look very natural. But once in a while, for some reason, like when the mouse move, there's like this blocking, like this digital blocking. And I can't play. It's not all the time. It's only once in a while during certain episodes. I don't know if it's just maybe a certain shape or something that it's making the computer go wonky when it was during the scan, or maybe whatever process they're using afterwards. But otherwise, it looks amazing. So like, I'm not like that's the only condemnation I can give the picture wise, because it doesn't look like it's overly manipulated. I mean, it still's got, it looks like it was scanned from decent film prints or the negative, one of the two.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, in that respect, it looks great. And there's just something weird. It's only in a couple times I noticed in a few episodes, and it always seems to be on mouths when they're far away. And it's just this weird little quick digital blocking thing that's just odd. It's really hard. I don't know if it's, like I said, something when the computer that was scanning the film, that it just couldn't figure out what it was, and or whatever they do afterwards to try and, because they do process all these things afterwards no matter what, but the amount of processing is what we complain about. So, but no, I could recommend it, but good luck getting your hands on it for a decent price, as with a lot of Michael's stuff. It can be a bit difficult to get your hands on, depending on what it is. But Thriller, you can get your hands on that real easy. So
yeah.
His music is generally not hard to come by, but
yeah, an interesting pick. I don't have much to say because I've never seen it. So
I don't know if you like it and want it. I'm sure there's somebody out there listening who could probably get you a copy.
Probably. Most people will send me,
because they didn't have it, and I hooked them up.
Interesting. Wonder if it's our good friend.
Yes.
Yes, yes, I may have to hit him up. All right. This,
Especially if the kids might like something like that. I don't know.
I don't know. You know what's sad? This is sad because like we watched Back to the Future 1 the other day, and my boy was like, "This movie's too old. I don't like it," and he left. I was
Oh
like,
my God,
"What?"
that is not your kid.
That's what I said. I was like, I was so pissed, and he didn't understand. And the problem with that is, we've watched Monster Squad before. He loved Monster Squad.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, here's another thing I learned with my son, because he was not really into movies when he was growing up.
Mhm.
And, as a father who that's like my main thing, it's kind of devastating. But
Mm-hmm.
you know what his favorite movie is?
What?
Back to the Future.
Really?
Yeah. But a lot of these movies he found on his own. Like, I mean, I knew when he was younger, if it had a car, he was going to love it. Like, he loved Herbie.
Right.
Back to the Future, he loved the DeLorean and stuff like that. He didn't really care for Ghostbusters, but he loved the Ectomobile.
Yeah.
Stuff like that he would gravitate towards. So like when Fast and the Furious came out when he was younger, that was like perfect timing for him. Because it was basically Hot Wheels the movie, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like that. So I was like, I don't get it. I tried watching the first one, I couldn't get into it, but whatever. So like, yeah, it's kind of weird. But like, he would come to things on his own. So sometimes maybe it's just you gotta have to let him find things on his own because.
Sure. Yeah.
Because one day I walked in and he was watching Short Circuit,
Mm.
and I'm like, what prompted you to? He's like, I don't know. I just saw it on the shelf and it looked good. And
there you go.
You know what? Because I tried to get him to watch Goonies, he wouldn't watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Shit like that growing up. All the kids movies you can think of. If it wasn't Herbie or something to do with a car, he just didn't really care for it. Simpsons he liked,
Right.
Stuff like that. But like cartoons, he was generally okay with. But he didn't really care for Disney movies all that much. Like the more cutesy wootsy stuff he wasn't really into all that much, but like
mine aren't really into that.
He liked Pixar movies all right, but
yeah.
My kid now is 25, but at the time
my kid was he's 10.
Oh, your kid, yeah.
And no, he loved I don't know what it was. My girl loved
10
it.
would be a great age for like maybe it is a little too old for Brett.
My girl loved it. She was 9. She's 9. She sat and watched the whole movie. She loved it. She loved the movie. I just don't think he was in the mood that day, to be honest with you. So
that could be.
Yeah.
Fire that kid now.
But it was weird because like he loved Monster Squad. He loved it. He sat there, they loved the Monster Squad movies. And we've watched older movies before that they really liked. So I don't know. It just was, I guess he just wasn't in the mood that day. When I was young, I actually hated Blade Runner, but kept watching it over and over for some reason. I know it's my favorite, but there you go. Sometimes it takes a while. Yeah, he might need a little more time. But anyways, it was what it was. Because I'm not bringing them on yet till I maybe go through them all, but I got the set you brought on, the 40th anniversary 4K set. So I was watching that and stuff. But yeah. So as I said, we've watched older movies before. I just don't think he was in the mood that day we were watching it. So yeah. But anyways, I guess it's to me. If you're done with the Michael.
Yeah, that's it. I have nothing much more to say unless anybody's got any questions. I mean,
yeah. Anybody got any questions?
No.
All right.
Or forever hold your peace.
Forever hold your peace. All right. So I was actually going to do this one earlier before the Northman. So what it is. I watched Reality Bites with Winona Ryder, Ben Stiller, and Ethan Hawke. Well, Ethan Hawke is in the Northman, so he plays the father of Alexander Skarsgård character. This was just, I was having a little 90s thing. I watched this. This is a straight 90s movie. Tom is never done with Michael. Never. I'll never be done with you. No, this is a good movie. I like it. It's very 90s. I will say this is clearly a female fantasy movie because she 100% should have ended up with Ben Stiller's character, but of course she doesn't. She ends up with Ethan Hawke's I'm a guitar player. I smoke cigarettes. Sometimes I'm mean to you, but I really, really love you type guy. So that's who she ends up with, of course. So that's who she ends up with. But this movie was very MTV generation, 90 generation. It does take, you can tell it takes its inspiration from the Real World, about the time when the Real World was really getting big and everything, because that's what it goes to with all that and everything. Yeah, it's got a great 90s soundtrack to it. Great 90s soundtrack to it. But what this movie is about the movie is basically about these group of college kids who just graduated. Well, they're not really kids. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's exactly 100% a female fantasy movie, because on paper and in reality, Ben Stiller's character is the perfect choice. He actually loves her. He's rich. He can help her get her succeed in her dreams of becoming a documentarian, but she doesn't love him. She loves the bad boy who smokes cigarettes and plays music and is mean to her. So that's who she falls in love with. And I'm just saying that because it is a good movie and it is really cool. So, well, maybe not your fantasy, but it's like I believe this was written by a woman. Helen, yeah. Listen to her name. Her name is Helen Childress. That was her name. It's directed by Ben Stiller, and it's actually produced by Danny DeVito. So basically, it's about a group of these college kids: Winona Ryder, Ethan Hawke. What is his name? Because he's a great actor too. It doesn't have his name. What's his name? Steve Zahn and Janine Garofalo. They've all graduated.
Ben Stiller movie.
Yeah, it's a Ben Stiller movie, but this was before he was
right.
the way he is now.
Yeah, it's kind of in his I want to be John Cusack phase. I think.
Yeah,
is what I call it.
Sort of like that. It's sort of like the '80s Tom Hughes.
When
90s
he thought he was
thing.
good looking.
Yeah.
Which he still does, but like
I mean, he loses in this. He loses.
He does, but he still he was under this impression at one time that he was this good-looking leading man type guy. That
well, he is better looking than his father was, so I give him
that's
that.
not hard.
That's not. But no, this has got some really great cameo people too. Like David Spade is in it as a fast food employee. Keith David is in it as like he runs a.
I remember the
station.
soundtrack more than I do the movie.
The soundtrack
That's the
is
sad
great.
part.
Yeah, yeah. This was like I think this was his first movie he ever directed. I think this was his first movie he ever directed. Budget Tom Cruise. But yeah, so like they've all graduated. They don't know what to do with their lives. Winona Ryder is the most responsible of them. She actually has a job working for like a morning talk show played by where Frasier's dad, the guy that played Frasier's dad, is the host of the show. He hates her. He gets her fired, and she's like the most responsible one. So she gets fired, and she becomes like the least responsible of her group of friends as they start to, grow up and go on with their lives. And then she meets Ben Stiller, and he's a TV executive and stuff. And he falls in love with her basically, but she can't get Ethan Hawke out of her thing because he's her best friend, and she likes her and all that. So yeah, and her friend works at the Gap and gets promoted to manager, but
you say,
and that's at least low.
You only hear what I want to.
That song is from this movie, big from this movie. But no, it does like touch on certain things like in a good way. So, but anyways, yeah, like I said, this wasn't.
There was a better song on the soundtrack.
There's a lot better songs on this soundtrack.
Yeah, there was. But that was the big hit. But then they had, "Ooh, baby, I love you way." Every day, yeah. The Jamaican or reggae version of that, and then they had the Squeeze redo "Tempted," which was kind of weird, but I don't hate that version.
No,
it's not that much different than the original, but it's like, why did you have them redo it? It's just, I don't know, it's weird. Yeah. And there's a couple other good tracks on there too. Like I still have this. Yeah, My Sharona's on there. Yeah. That was the weird thing. It's like, okay, so you did My Sharona, but they had the Squeeze redo "Tempted."
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound that much different. Like, that's the weird thing. I mean, it does, but it's not like...
Yeah.
Like, if you're just barely listening to it, you wouldn't know it's a redo of the song. Like, I don't... Like, yeah. And for those who may not know the song, it's "Tempted by the Fruits of Another." They use it in like 100 fucking commercials and shit throughout the years. But I don't. I'd have to listen to them back to back again because I do remember that when I bought the album because I thought it was the real version. Then something caught me and I'm like looked at it and it said "Tempted '94" or something like that. And I'm like,
yeah,
what?
It's not the right one.
It's like weird because like now big difference is when they did Grosse Point Blank when Pete Townsend redid "Let My Love Open the Door."
Mm-hmm.
And that is a completely different version of the song because it's all slowed down and all that kind of stuff. It's like, okay, completely different version. I can understand that, but like this, or like when they read the "Take on Me" by Aha when they redid it for, because the guy can't sing that high anymore.
Yeah, he's a lot older man now. Yeah. But no, I was in a bit of a '90s mood, so I was watching some '90s movies, like Gen X '90 type movies. It's actually
Isn't Soundgarden on there too, or something like that?
Soundgarden is on Singles, the movie Singles.
Singles, that's what I'm.
Which this is basically, which is funny, is like because this is basically the New York version of Singles, but Singles takes place in Seattle, but this doesn't take place in New York. It actually takes place in Houston, Texas, but it's clearly supposed to be New York. So I guess maybe they probably cheap to shoot it there. So, it was a low budget film and everything, but it's clearly supposed to be New York, but it takes place in Texas. But that's sort of what it is. Sort of like Singles, the movie Singles.
I was thinking more Seattle, but yeah, okay.
Well, no, like when I was like, it's the Singles takes place in Seattle, but when I'm watching this, you can tell like Ben Stiller and them. I would say more maybe like the Long Island, New Jersey.
All right, yeah, well, that's just because that's where like fucking Stiller comes from.
That's from Stiller's
from.
Yeah. It's clearly that's where this is meant to be, but it takes because like where they live in like the like suburban type place almost, and then there's a city, and it reminded me very much of how those like the Long Island, New Jersey suburban, like how that works. So it's clearly that's what's supposed to be, but no, it's not a bad little '90s movie. It's a bit of a girly movie, I will say.
Yeah, but I do remember that soundtrack being fucking bigger than the movie. That's for sure. Like, people barely like. I remember so many people knowing the soundtrack but didn't see the film. That's one of those movies like that has that going for it.
Yeah.
It's a good pick. I have it. I haven't watched it in years, but yeah.
And me neither. I just felt like watching it. And Ethan Hawke actually directed the Lisa Love music video. So. That's what because this was the 20th anniversary thing, so it's got a documentary and everything
what
on there.
I want to.
Yeah.
You say I talk so all the time. So and I thought what I felt was simple. And I thought that I don't belong. And I thought that I was leaving. And now I know that I did something wrong because I miss you. Yeah.
Peace and love. It's a boy named Matt put this soundtrack on cassette for me, and I have fond memories. Of course. Aww. See, we don't get made mixtapes. We make the mixtapes. So, where's my mute button? Look, the Day of the Dead is now $37.37. I wonder why the price is going down all of a sudden.
$37 too much.
Yeah, but the price that's actually pretty low. Who would have thought?
Not much less than I paid for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still like $5 cheaper, I think.
Yeah. The songs are burned into your head, but it was a good time. It was like very MTV generation. Yeah, so but I meant to talk about this earlier, but you brought on the Patriot, and I figured the Northman went along with the Patriot, and I didn't want to be a runner. A runner goes, "Oh yeah, I got this movie too that you talked about 10 movies ago." So
it's kind of weird. We didn't really have any crossovers. Like we do generally try, right? Like
we do.
Not like on purpose, but I mean, like when we present our movies, it's like, okay, so like he's talked about this movie, it's got so and so in it, it's directed by that person. Well, I could connect that this way.
Yeah.
This episode was so kind of off the cuff, all over the place that that really is like the only parallel you could have drawn, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, other than the music aspect, I guess, going from the Jackson 5 into reality.
Reality Bites
having a lot to do with music, but like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, was there a Motown song on there? No, I don't think there was.
I don't think so.
But it's funny because that movie kind of had similarities with like, because a lot of those movies, they all kind of are in that vein of like The Big Chill kind of thing too, in a way, right? Like, these lost generations, like when you hit that age of certain ages, right? Like of, just finding yourself in that age, and the musical soundtrack of that era kind of backing it up. Now, I don't mean they're the same in their plot or anything like that, but I just mean in the idea that they kind of capture an essence of a generation in that respect. But
yeah. But yeah, no, Tim, don't worry. You don't have to worry about me. I will not become a rookie or a runner. Good night, Six. Have a good one. I hope you do. I'm glad you're feeling better. So hopefully when you get come back on in 2 weeks, you can talk with us. Yeah. Too. I haven't seen 200 Cigarettes in a long time. I forgot that movie even existed.
Oh God, it's been a long time.
Man, that's been years. Paul Rudd's in that. Yeah.
That was not see, my memory was that was kind of on the lower end of these kind of movies, but
yeah, it wasn't like one, but it's been like, yeah. No. It's like even that movie we talked about earlier, Go. Not so much like one of these, but sort of like one of these, but it was like in the late going into the early 2000s. So it was like that version of
that Go was kind of post Clerks, right? Like you have like these kind of movies spawned Kevin Smith, and then Kevin Smith came in and Linklater came in, and then they kind of changed it a little bit. Yeah. But no, they're all very similar in that respect to a, St. Elmo's Fire kind of Big Chill kind of, Reality Bites falls into that category. They all kind of have this slice of life,
John Hughes-esque type thing.
Kind of a little John Hughes-esque, but a little more edgier in a way, or a little more cynical, or however you want to put it, to where they kind of have, they look at things a little bit less bright.
It's like these kids that were raised on John Hughes, but see the world this way. Yeah. Not that way. That's what it's like. That's
if
what
they were all like. John Cusack.
Yeah. But no, it's I just hadn't seen that because I last week I watched which was really good. I really enjoyed that movie. I hadn't seen it in years. Pump Up the Volume with Christian Slater. Which is a great movie. And so I went in to watch the Reality Bites this week. But one of the best things about that is, like you mentioned, was the soundtrack. The soundtracks were always amazing, and I think that's really helped these type of. I think that's really helped.
Well, the disappointment of Pump Up the Volume is it doesn't have Leonard Cohen on it.
Yeah,
it's got the Concrete Blonde version of Everybody Knows, but not Leonard Cohen. It's like, what the fuck?
Everybody knows. They don't have that one.
Yeah, no, I've got that actual on the actual CD, but I mean,
yeah.
It's not the point. And then they stole it for Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I hope Six feels better.
Yeah, I hope you feel better, Six. And
I didn't know she was sick until now.
No, I told you that earlier. That
I mean, until this show, I meant I didn't know she didn't say nothing to me all day. As far as if she did, I missed it. So, of course, she's been kind of quiet. I should have known she was either busy or sick.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of watching in 5 days.
5 days. Wow. See,
that's 2 hours. What? No, not even 2 hours. Wait, 2 days or 5 days? That's 10. I think you can watch 10 movies a day. There you go. Spread it out.
Yeah, there you go.
That's doable. You can do that.
You can do that.
You just don't have to do anything else. That's all.
Yeah. Now, so I was thinking, I don't know, next week, since July 4th is Saturday, I don't know if we should do American. I'm sure I'll watch a couple American themed.
I'm sure I'll watch something in between now and then. Maybe. Because I generally watch Independence Day, but
I'm actually thinking about watching Die Hard Part 4, which I don't hate. Die Hard Part 4. It is a fun one, and it takes place on July 4th.
Yeah.
So I was thinking
you
about
can always watch Die Hard with a Vengeance with it, even though it clearly doesn't.
They're both like summer movies. They're both summer movies.
But even though the school's still in session.
Yeah. But no, I was thinking about. I mean, I know it's not the best. Don't get me wrong. I know Die Hard 4 is not the best, right? No. But I do it. Die Hard 4 is one of those where it's just like. Yeah, it should have been rated R. I do have the rated R cut though. But when you get into it, it's just something fun about the movie and watching him kick ass like he's a superhero all of a sudden on the 4th of July. It's very American.
It's not as bad as Die Hard 5.
No, Die Hard 5 is a fucking atrocity.
Oh my
I can't
God.
Stay in that movie. I think I seen it one time and I was like, nope. So That was a low point for Bruce Willis. If we would have known what was going on, we would probably understand. So no, yeah, I was thinking about watching that, and I don't know if I might watch. I got a bunch of movies I haven't watched yet because I got my Vinegar Syndrome stuff.
You know the saddest part about Die Hard 5?
What's that?
It's the only Die Hard movie that was written as a Die Hard movie.
Yeah.
Including the first one.
Yeah. Because part 4 was written as another story, like
all of them were.
Story. Yeah,
the first one was a sequel to another. It was a book based on a book that was a sequel to another story.
Yeah.
And they changed the name to John McClane and made him younger. And then the second one is based on a book called 58 Minutes, which I have somewhere here.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third one was based on a script called Simon Says that was completely unrelated. It was actually pitched initially as a Lethal Weapon script, I believe.
Yeah.
And then, like Die Hard 4 was a completely other, it's about just a hacker hacking.
Yeah, the hacking the U.S. government or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they just inserted John McClane into it.
Yeah.
Die Hard 5 was the only one, as far as I know, that was initially conceived as a Die Hard film because it was around for at least a decade by the time they got around to it because it was floating around on the internet for years.
Yeah.
Because it was John McClane in Russia.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody kept saying is, why the fuck is John McClane in Russia?
Russia. And the casting of his son, Jai Courtney, was not a good casting for his son.
That was a problem too. But I mean, just the whole idea. Like, if I remember right, like the funny thing is it took so long to make that movie that in the original version, he doesn't have his son with him. It's somebody like some other guy because his son's still a kid or whatever. That's how long ago they wrote it. Like, it was that long ago. It was during like the Die Hard with a Vengeance era is when that was written.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and I know there's people like, no, Die Hard 4 sucks and everything. And look, I like Die Hard 4.
It's bad, but it's not as bad as 5. Yeah,
it's a bad, fun, good watch, and plus it's very American. I remember being very, very American, and John McClane, like this old school. Like I know it's not the same, but it's still like in that vein. So I might.
I didn't like what they did with him and his kids though. Like that kind of, like him and Lucy, like him having like this.
They tried to do the thing with the
because to me, like, and I had this argument years ago with a few different people where, like, I've always said that I hated that they had them together in part 2 because it makes no sense. These two are too volatile to stay together and they're too self-absorbed.
Mm-hmm.
And then to have Lucy act like that towards her dad was just bullshit too, because half of this is her mom's fault, if not most of it is her mom's fault. Like, her mom is the one that dragged them across the country, not just halfway, literally across the country.
Yeah, from New York.
She moved as far from this man as she physically could without leaving the fucking country.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I don't think people understand about this. Like, I've said this before, like, they were never destined to be together. Was the sex great? Absolutely, probably. But there's no fucking way these two get along. They're too self-absorbed. Because if you look at it from this perspective, like, fuck, he lives in New York. He ain't leaving.
Yeah.
He's New York born and bred. He's going to die there.
And he's a cop, too. So, like,
exactly. He's not leaving. He's got roots.
Yeah.
That are very strong. And she's got ambitions that are way beyond New York.
Yeah, she wants to be big.
And so they are enough that she has decided to uproot her children and drag them literally, like I said, as far from John as she could to California, right? Like not just across the country, but as far south from where he is too.
Yeah. Completely different.
And then all these people are just like, oh yeah, it could happen on any fucking day. No, there's only one time John McClane is picking his ass up and going cross country.
Yeah, when they try to use the argument like, oh, it could be Arbor Day.
It could be a birthday or a Valentine's. He's missed. It's like motherfuckers missed how many birthdays now?
Yeah, Christmas is the day you choose, plain and simple.
Exactly, that's the day that most people travel. It makes complete sense. It's the reason that the terrorists say they're taking it over. But I didn't mean to deviate here. But no, so it makes sense to do a 4th of July Die Hard movie. I didn't hate it. No, I like it. It's all right. It's fun. I'd say it's on the same level as part 2.
Yeah,
and I know a lot of people don't dislike part 2 as much as I do. I mean, I don't hate part 2. I just find it very ridiculous. And a lot of things in this movie I find very ridiculous.
I mean, yes, John McClane is jumping off a fucking jet. And
Not just
killing
that,
it with
but just the
truck.
whole concept.
It's just in
But
yes. But it's like it's one of those like you're watching an action movie and it's cheesy and it's fun and it's Bruce Willis. Maybe they shouldn't have called it Die Hard and maybe he shouldn't have been John McClane, but it's fun. It's still fun to watch.
The problem with it is, had it not been,
Die
it
Hard
would still be
probably.
compared to Die Hard.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing is, it's kind of the problem with it is it's kind of eating its own tail. In a sense, like I even make the joke of how I rate movies on the level of Die Hards because, it's so much like Die Hard. We had a genre come out of that movie. Like every Steven Seagal movie, half of the action movies out of the 90s into the aughts were direct descendants of Die Hard. Because that created a new kind of action movie in a way. Yeah, there was films like that before. Sure, there was films about terrorist takeovers and stuff like that. But you had never had like these kind of things put together. Like it was like when Reese's decided that peanut butter and chocolate are a good combo. Let's mass market that. That's kind of what Die Hard was.
Yeah.
Right. You take the reluctant hero and you put him in the impossible situation. And see, that's the aspect that I think that they forgot about Die Hard. But it's still there, but they taken it to the extreme. And that's where it kind of lost me. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of the same thing with John Wick. Right, like
John Wick lost me after the second.
Even
one.
more so, right? Like because like it became a video game at some point. You're just like, wait a minute here, is this even reality anymore? And it's kind of the same thing here with Die Hard, where you get to this point where it's like, are we even in reality here anymore? Like, yeah, there's a few scenes in this movie. It's not as over the top as some other shit, but it is. And the plane sequence is probably the one that really set it over the edge for me. Mm-hmm. Like that was probably the moment where I'm like, okay, they jumped the shark in the Die Hard franchise. Now this is it. Yeah. Like this is where you've gone too far. You can't come back. I'm assuming the equivalent would have been when they went to space with Fast and the Furious and insert whatever Bond.
John McClane kills Starscream. So no, but I mean I get all that, but I was just trying to think about. I was thinking,
and that's the other. Now you mentioned Transformers. That's a funny thing because that's the other problem I have with this movie. Otherwise, it's not so much the story and shit. Mm-hmm. It's the fact that it does not feel like John McClane. First of all, doesn't like Bruce Willis is barely acting like John McClane.
Yeah,
he's just there.
Yeah,
and the other aspect of it is the movie feels like it was shot by Michael Bay.
Yeah.
For some reason, like I don't understand it. Like whatever they lost the grit that the first three films had. It's more so 1 and 3 because John McTiernan directed those, right? Mm-hmm. Rennie Harlan did a great job with part 2, but Rennie Harlan's good at doing guy action movies, right? I mean, that's the thing. Like, so, I mean, he can handle that kind of shit just fine, but he's more of the spectacle aspect where McTiernan knew how to get into that. Like, I know, like, McTiernan's so good at it, like, you can feel the fucking glass in John's feet in the first movie, like, like those kind of things. And, like, he takes it a bit too far in Die Hard with a Vengeance, but it's still pretty, like, there's still mostly moments of sanity, I guess is the best way to put it in there. There's some over-the-topness, don't get me wrong. But those moments are well-earned, and probably the most ridiculous one is the truck line going down to the boat sequence. Like, that thing is probably the most ridiculous scene in the whole film. Yeah. But that being said, like, you get to this movie, that's almost every action scene.
It's over the top, but I figured I might watch. I probably will. I know we just talked about
Timothy Olyphant is fine. He chews the scenery as a decent bad guy, which is great because that's what you want for Die Hard. That's also what it's well known for, is having a very charismatic bad guy. Yeah, who you kind of love to hate, but you also love him, and at the same time, he's not as likable as both of the the brothers, Hans Gruber and Simon, but he's kind of, like I said, he's more along the lines of what's his face from part 2. Like it's
the Reaper. I can't think of his name.
William Sadler and the other
William
guys.
Sadler,
yeah. Like I mean, that's why this movie has it feels a lot like, and it has that polished Hollywood feeling that Rennie Harlan brought to the table. Like, don't get me wrong, Die Hard with a Vengeance costed a lot of money, but McTiernan still shot it very grimy and kind of on the streets of New York and made it feel kind of real, although it's very, very no way that shit's not like, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to pretend that there's any realism here at all, right? But Die Hard with a Vengeance just honestly is one of those few sequels where I could almost argue is better than the first film.
Mm-hmm.
In some respects. The only thing that it isn't is because they're so different. But it's basically that they're in the same franchise that it works.
Right.
Because like Die Hard with a Vengeance is basically like McTiernan going, oh, you guys are going to copy my movie? Well, here, hold my beer. Right? Like that's kind of what it was. And I'm not saying he wrote it or he didn't even write, I'm just saying it's just like that's the intensity that it has. And it gets undersung. Like, I'm sorry, Die Hard with a Vengeance is a much better movie than anybody gives it fucking credit for ever. And that's probably one of the reasons why 4 is so disappointing.
Yeah, probably. I mean, but hey, well, like
I mean, had 4 come out 10, 20 years after part 2 and we hadn't gotten one in between there, I probably would have enjoyed it a hell of a lot more.
Yeah. I'm not saying I mean, I did enjoy the movie, but I completely
Justin Long helps. Like, I do like Justin. You have to either the movie does rest solely on whether or not you like or hate Justin Long. Let's put it that way.
I think what it really has going for it is like Justin Long, Timothy Olyphant. The supporting cast is really good in this one. Which
even Kevin Smith.
Yeah, Kevin Smith. Yeah, he's pretty funny at the time. But no, like even the FBI agents that he works with and everything in the movie, like the cast is really good and it helps with the movie. But I haven't seen it in a while. I'll probably watch it this weekend or this week for 4th of July and some other stuff and everything. But if Mel Gibson does make Lethal Weapon 5, I don't know. Danny Glover.
I wonder. I was just going to say, I think that announcement Danny Glover made today had something to do with that.
Yeah. So. I mean, he could, and Danny Glover could still be in it, but he probably wouldn't be his partner. It'd probably be Chris Rock or some Chris Rock.
What did I say? Didn't I say that on this show like a couple months ago where I was like, don't be surprised if this movie is basically the kids and Chris Rock's chasing him going, these crazy kids, I can't keep up with them.
Yeah, something like Mel Gibson be the Danny Glover part. I'm too old.
Yeah, well, here's my prediction. Danny Glover gets a 5-minute cameo.
Mm-hmm.
Mel Gibson will be involved, but it'll mainly be in the climax because it'll turn out that the bad guy will have some connection to some previous case.
Yeah, and they'll have to bring back Riggs.
Whether it be Jake Busey playing Gary Busey's son or some shit like that, whatever it be. Right? Like,
like Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Kind of where, but the main action sequences we're gonna follow along with, Riggs's daughter and Butter's kid, or well, vice versa. That's what it was because he had a boy and she had a girl. Yeah. So it'll be them two as cops now, and like I said, Butters will be chasing them. Can't keep up with him because he's too old for this shit. And Gibson will just be in the background, retired until he has to get pulled into it. Yeah. And like I said, Glover will get a glamorized cameo, and that's about it.
Probably. Shoot, they're liable to kill him, Make it,
I don't think they'll go that far.
Yeah.
No, they'll just give him a glamorized cameo.
Maybe not. Yeah, you're probably right. They probably wouldn't kill off Murtaugh. But no, like Mel Gibson would be directing most of it, so he probably wouldn't be.
They'll give him a scene where he goes, well, I'm too old for that shit, so count me out.
Yeah, something like that. So if it does happen, we'll have to see if it actually.
Joe Pesci will be in there, but he'll be in a reduced role too, probably.
Yeah, because he's retired. What's his name? Scorsese.
But that's something like, huh?
Was that Scorsese? Who did the Irishman? Scorsese.
Irishman, yeah.
Yeah,
Scorsese.
Scorsese was the only one that could talk about retirement at that time. So maybe
I could see him wanting to play Leo one last time.
Yeah,
I could see him doing that. Because I'm pretty sure he loves that character. Because it's kind of one of the characters that really put him on the map.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, he was already well known and all that kind of shit, but it was like it opened the doors for him beyond the wise guy roles, right?
Yeah.
Like
the Home Alone and Leo Getz.
Yeah,
really
those kind of roles really opened up his career to a lot of different stuff and led to, of course, like My Cousin Vinny and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I have a feeling you'll get at least that. And that was the thing is everybody's going to want to do it to honor Donner.
Yeah.
And believe you me, there's going to be a big sappy for Dick, at the end. I know, but it's what it's going to say. I guarantee fucking tell you. It's going to say for Dick and family.
I know.
And you laugh, but that's what Richard Donner insisted he was called, Dick.
I know, but it just sounds funny, and
Everybody still calls him Dick Donner in most cases.
I
Too,
don't mean to be disrespectful because I know that's what he like to be called. It just sounds so funny.
So yeah, if he's even in it, I'm imagining it's going to be a glorified cameo at best, and that's if they even get to it before the guy sadly passes away.
Yeah.
So,
So if that happens, I think you got to wait for the resurrection of the Christ to see how
whatever he said, whenever that's done, if Warner Brothers will let him do it, that was the plan.
I think if Paramount has it by then,
That's more likely. Yes,
it's more likely with the Ellisons and him, Mel Gibson. So yeah,
I think it still could have happened with Zaslav.
It probably could have.
Honestly, I think. Excuse me. Sorry.
You're good.
Honestly, I think them releasing just the first film in 4K was partially a test to see how much interest there was still in the franchise.
Yeah. Well, I'm still waiting for the other ones. I like the Lethal Weapon movies. I like the Die Hard movies, and I agree the fifth one is horrible. And I understand people's complaints about the fourth one. I do think Lethal Weapon 4 ended on a really good note. I don't think we really need a 5.
I like
if they want to do
fine,
it, yeah. If they really want to do a 5, I hope they don't do.
Is part 4 a little over the top? Yes.
Yeah, it's
but I
much
still like it.
Yeah, it's fun. But yeah. All right. Damn, I guess 6 was contagious.
No, I'm just a smoker.
Yeah. But all right, guys, that's all we got. Hopefully, maybe next week we'll do the
short
American
show. Yeah,
short shows. I really haven't had time to myself lately. It sucks. The summertime always kills me and kills my channel.
Right.
I haven't had shit. I haven't done nothing on my horror channel in forever, and I need to get back to that, and I needed to get back to the podcast over there. I hate the summer. I hate the summer. I know people love the summer. I do not look forward to the summer. I look forward to when the kids go back to school in the fall because everything slows down for me. I hate the summer.
Well, I mean, Corley and Rogue brought up the Lethal Weapon set.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that better heads prevailed over there, like did with Nightmare on Elm Street. And what happened was they were planning on releasing a box set, but they were probably just going to use the old scans for 2, 3, and 4.
Right.
And just convert them. And somebody's probably like, we can't do that to Lethal Weapon.
Probably not. Yeah.
Especially because, like, to be honest with you guys, there's like a handful of movies that Warner Brothers has that are like consistent sellers. And I'm willing to bet that Dick Donner directed at least 5 of them, if not 6.
Yeah.
So this studio better show the man a little bit of respect.
They better. I mean, he did a lot for him.
Goonies is one of their biggest sellers of all time.
Goonies, Superman
the movie, one of their biggest sellers of all time.
Lethal Weapon.
The Lethal Weapon franchise, I guarantee you, has always been a consistent seller.
Mm-hmm.
Because they haven't even had to redo them. They just keep bringing out the same fucking ones over and over and over and over again. So
yeah.
But at this point, yeah, I don't know what they're doing with the sequels because you can't tell me that they're not as popular or that it makes more sense to release them separately. But this is exactly what they did with Superman, remember?
Yeah, they did.
They released the first film and then they did a box set. Yeah.
And then they released the first film of
Nightmare on Elm Street. What did they do?
Did the box set. Yeah, this was Warner Brothers thing. But here we shall see, and hope you guys have a safe and happy 4th of July Independence Day.
Yes.
If you are American, I know we have Australian viewers and UK viewers.
America, fuck yeah.
Yeah. So I will be celebrating my country, America. I'll try to watch some American movies and drink some American beer. No, I will try to, and we'll probably
That's called domestic beer, son.
Domestic. Foreign or domestic, you gotta get the. Yeah.
We don't sell none of that foreign crap here.
Don't do that. IPA. What the fuck's an IPA? You some kind of pussy? I live in the country. I know.
The only domestic stuff that goes on are disturbances.
Exactly. So I know it'll be after the 4th, but we'll probably do a little American. I'm sure like Tom will watch some, and I'm gonna watch some. So
maybe I'll watch Rocky 4. Hi.
I usually watch Rocky 4 around Christmas because it's like a Christmas movie.
Any movie, eat hotter.
Yeah. But as we go, thank you, JCJ, for $4.99. I appreciate all the super chats tonight.
He's
Some guy,
living in
appreciate
America.
You,
You know how I know? Because that's got a dollar sign in front of it.
Yes,
That's right.
yes, he's American. So I appreciate Six and all them. Thank you, thank you, guys.
That's about the most you can get away with.
Yeah, and
I could probably do this.
nice.
Got to have it.
Thank you. I do appreciate it. All the super chats, everybody in the chat tonight, everybody at home watching. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Have a safe, happy, healthy 4th of July. If you are American, if you're not, kiss our ass. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Because I do love my Australian and UK subscribers. But you guys have a good one. As always, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
How you doing? Bitches leave.